Hello, everyone. Welcome to Florida. It is sunny, it is beautiful, and bikes are about to roll on the racetrack. Welcome to Progressive American Flat Track. Today is the Mission Volusia Half-Mile, sponsored by Daytona Dodge. We're starting early today. Bikes are rolling onto the track. Super Twins rolling on the racetrack. We're going to have one extra round of practice. They put some markers out there on the racetrack. They're told to ride above the markers, so one full group is rolling onto the track of Super Twins. Out front, it's the 3 bike. Briar Bauman leading the way. 32, Dallas Daniels right behind him. 95 is J.D. Beach. The 1, the jammer, Jared Beach. 44 is Robinson. 20 is Jared Vandekoy. 37 is Bronson Bauman. 67, Davis Fisher. 25, Ben Lau. 92 is Brandon Price. 27, Robbie Pearson. 52, Shayna Texter Bauman. And the 23, that's the Wizard, Jeffrey Carver Jr. from Alton, Illinois. Jeffrey had some good qualifying efforts going yesterday and then just kind of slowed down a little bit. Didn't talk to him in the pit area earlier today, but hoping he'll have a little better performance today in that trusty old XR 750. Ready for the Dodge brothers. Jared Meese to the top spot. Again, an extra round of practice for all 3 of the AFT classes here today. I'm Scotty Dubler, the voice of American Flat Track. A little later on, we'll hear from Ralph Shaheen, Kristen Beat, and Ricky Rackman is with us this weekend. Cannot wait to see what shirt Ricky Rackman decided to wear today. Should be fun. Is he going Motorhead? Or is he going with a racing shirt? Once again, they're putting a new line out there on the racetrack. They've got the markers on the inside, trying to push the line up the racetrack a little bit, maybe make for a little bit wider racing groove than we had last night. No surprise, but Jared Meese is at the top spot, 2:1.240. Right here on our screen, it's Shayna Texter Bauman. That's Briar's wife. And the 23, Jeffrey Carver Jr. The Wizard going up the inside of Shayna. I'll push Shayna a little bit wider than she would like to have gone right there, that corner. It's all right. White flag is out from Big P, our flag man. In this extra round, there is Shayna Texter Bauman. Checkered flag is out for the leaders. That's Shayna Texter Bauman. She's the winningest AFT singles rider in history in American Flat Track, which is pretty cool. She's up here wrestling with that big, heavy FTR 750 Indian. There's a look at Dallas Daniels. Had a bad night last night, trying to recover here tonight. Was in second in the point standings coming in. Now have to play catch up. The rest of the bikes pulling off the racetrack. Again, an extra round of practice today. We're starting about 20 minutes earlier than we had originally planned. That was your Mission Super Twins, sponsored by S&S Cycles. Up next, I believe, will be Production Twins. Getting started early. Also, we're going to be doing some raffles here earlier for Fan Appreciation Day. We'll do that just as soon as we can. Looks like Production Twins are getting ready to roll onto the racetrack, so we'll do our raffles here in just a little bit. We'll be doing those for quite a while. They've been sending us raffle ticket winning numbers as we've been sitting here. Onto the track comes the 33 of Jesse Janish. The 1 is Corey Texter. The 60 is Nick Armstrong. 109 is Billy Ross. 51, Cole Zabala. The 10, Johnny Lewis. The 34, Cameron Smith. The 62 is Dan Bromley. Had a great night last night. The 15 of Mikey Rush. And the 96 of Cody Johncox. We just got a look right there at the 1 rider. It's his final season in American Flat Track. This is his final race with us. The end of an era for Corey Texter. He's going to take it nice and slow. He's going to put on the back wheel for you right here on the front straightaway. He's all red, white, and blue, just like Evel Knievel, and that just looked just like Evel Knievel. Doing a wheelie down that front straightaway. It's Corey Texter on the 1, G&G Racing Yamaha. Again, this is an extra round of free practice. Keeping an eye on the number 1, Corey Texter. Not quite out of the championship, but he's got to have a great night tonight if he wants to go away and leave the sport with the championship. His third is 21 points behind Jesse Janish, who's also out there on the 33 bike. 33, Janish out there on the Vance & Hines Harley-Davidson. Again, you can see these orange markers. There's a good look at it down there in 1 and 2, trying to create a line up above the line we were running on last night. Looks like they're doing a perfect job down there in turns 1 and 2. The big arcing back straightaway. Now they're in 3 and 4. There's Zavala looking at the high line, the 51. Memphis Shades, Corbin Seats, Yamahas, tuned by Nick Henderson. Soon to be Dan Bromley's brother-in-law. That'll happen next Saturday night. Pushing each other down the back straight at turn number 3. Here comes the 10. That's Johnny Lewis on that Royal Enfield trying to make it happen, trying to get by the 33. Rush has the quickest time out here in this bonus practice round. 15, Mikey Rush, fastest on the racetrack. Now up to second goes the 62 of Dan Bromley. The time's a little bit slower, but they're going further around the racetrack. There's Bromley, the 62. A tall drink of water from Pennsylvania. Got the bright yellow leathers on. Every time he's raced here with us this season, he's finished on the podium. And the checkered flag has been displayed now to the entire field. Here comes Corey Texter to take that checkered flag. Fastest in this group was the 62, Dan Bromley, 2:1.276. For Bromley, Mikey Rush settles in there in a second, 2:1.471. John Cox third on his Yamaha, 2:1.5. Corey Texter fourth, 2:1.578. That was group number 1, Mission Production Twins, sponsored by Vance & Hines. Here comes group number 2, the 43 is the Rocket James Rispoli. 36, Colby Carlisle, he's the Flying Tomato. The Missile, Michael Hills on the 47. The Cisco Kid, Casey Cisco on the 61. Flying Ryan Wells is on the 94. The Coal Miner, Jordan Harris on the 77. The Lawnmower, the 22, Mitch Harvitt. Jeffrey Lowry's the 223. Brandon Newman is 90. And J-Mac, Jimmy McAllister on the 50 bike. This is Group 2, Production Twins. A bonus round of practice here today. I'll put some more rubber down, make for a little bit wider racing groove for later on tonight. I'm sitting up on top of the concession stand, so if I leave in a little while, I'll be going down there to get something to eat. Ralph didn't even pay attention. He's just ignoring me right now. Probably still at the top spot. 2:1.276. There's Carlisle. This guy's hands full for Rispoli. Rispoli going way up the racetrack. They're orange motorcycles, but one's a Harley-Davidson, one's a KTM. I like what they're doing. I like that they're using one extra full round of practice to put some more rubber down on the racetrack. Production Twins. Carlisle and Rispoli now joining me up in the booth. It is the man himself, Ralph Shaheen. Ralph, welcome back to the attic of the concession stand.
The attic, I like that.
Why not, right?
Yeah, also known as the VIP booth here
exactly.
at Volusia County.
Yeah, exactly. No, I told everybody if I'm missing in action for a little while, it's because I went downstairs to get something to eat.
That's fine.
Okay, just making sure you're aware.
But
they don't have any PMC burgers here.
No, well.
And the ice cream truck is not here like in March.
No.
I know, so I'll have to find something.
Well, there's a little mission tent over there that's usually
That's way over there, though.
It is. It's kind of a bit of a walk.
Did you go over there for lunch today?
Not today. Ricky and I went to downtown DeLand.
How was that?
It was great.
Yeah.
My wife, who grew up in the area, sent me an idea of where to go.
All right.
And it was very tasty.
Yeah, thanks for the invite, Ralph. We appreciate it.
Actually, I hear that from the truck. You and Tree were both invited, and you know it. Just go into your text messages. It's there.
Okay. I'll have to slide through my phone. There's the checkered flag. Group 2, Mission Production Twins, sponsored by Vance & Hines. Ralph, what do you think about this extra round of practice today to try to make that groove wider? What do you think? Tell me your true thoughts. Don't hold back. Don't hold back.
Based on what we saw last night, we need the extra groove. However, we go about getting it done is what we got to do. And I guess this is what they felt is the best way to do it.
Start a little bit early, about 20 minutes earlier than we had normally planned here today. So one extra round of practice for all 3 of the AFT classes. The Build Train Race ladies will be out a little bit later on. But
you've been to an NHRA race, right?
Yes, sir.
They have a very unique situation where they have the tractors with the tires just locked in the back, and they basically just drag them all the way around.
Yeah.
That lays it down rather quickly.
It sure does, and it works good on some tracks. I think it would help out here, but it wouldn't put as much rubber, I don't think, down as what these bikes are.
If there's one piece of equipment that I would tell the folks in American Flat Track to buy and bring with us, it's a dirt dryer.
That'd be nice.
Jet dryer, like the one they have at Boone Speedway in Iowa.
I like it.
That would help.
Switching gears, this is your Parts Limited AMT Singles sponsored by Kicker. Championship was locked up at the last round, not last night, but a couple weeks ago. The boss man's here, I know. Standing over my shoulder.
I'm not sure how he did it.
I don't either. He snuck in that back door right there. Yeah, he doesn't have a credential. 12 by Cody Cobb. He's already locked up the championship, and he won last night. The pressure, he had no pressure last night. He's going to get out of the way and let Brunner go on through.
Do you save all yours?
On my what?
Credentials?
Yes. They're hanging on my tallest trophy that I've ever won.
All with their lanyards on them?
Yep.
Did you have all your pit passes and everything from when you were a kid?
Yeah. So
Bud Light, that's a little early for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I told him if I had about 3 of them, they'd be the funnest broadcast they ever heard. But probably be the last one too.
I'd be happy to buy all 3 to get you there.
It'd be the last one I ever did.
Well, you know what they say: you can say anything on live TV.
Exactly. One time. That's right.
One time.
Hey, Tree, if you're listening in there, they've just handed me a Bud Light, so it's on.
I still want. You said so. You got all the hard cards, for example, on your lanyards.
On a trophy.
On a trophy. How big is the trophy? You said it's the biggest one you won?
I actually got it at Lake Whitney. An outdoor motocross.
Yep.
And
as a motocross?
Yes, as a motocrosser. I got second. There's a full gate of 44.
So you're from Oklahoma. Was it Denny Stevenson?
No, it was a beginner class.
Okay.
And I don't even know who got the overall win. I should go look that up.
You should.
Because I'm sure it has the year of the trophy on there. I think it's back in 92 maybe.
Okay.
91, 92. But it's in the corner of my room, and every lanyard from monster trucks, from flat track, from when I had my license. Your license comes on these same lanyards. I've got all those hanging from this one trophy.
Okay. What about all the paper tickets and pit passes and stuff from over the years?
I really wish I would have kept more of those. I know Graham has kept all the programs from all the races she went to.
Graham's probably got my stuff.
Well, she definitely does. She has Speed Sport. She has Cycle News. She has the American Motorcyclist magazine.
See, I knew I like Graham. She's got Speed Sport.
Dating way back to the 70s.
That's it.
I mean, she keeps... she keeps everything all the way back. Yep, there you go. 21.051 for Brunner right there. Quickest time so far.
Well, since you asked, yes, I do have all mine too.
Yeah, I was trying to see what was going on, but you have all your credentials?
Credentials, tickets, concert stubs.
Where are they at?
Well, they're all kind of like in boxes, in a closet.
By year or?
No, they're just randomly in there, and I've over the years tried to figure out what I want to do with them.
Yeah. Auction them.
No, I want to. I'd like. Speaking of Chris Economaki, Chris actually had taken a bunch of the ones that he had because I'd gone to his office before we bought Speed Sport when he was still alive, and he had a bunch of them mounted, framed up,
Right.
And they were hanging in his offices at Speed Sport.
If you have enough wall room.
Yeah, and that's the thing because I've got a lot of them over the years, and some of them are really cool though. Not the ones with my picture on it. I think those are kind of hideous.
Have you seen my picture?
Well,
look at this. I look like I have no hair. I look like I'm like 12.
You should be in jail.
Exactly.
Based on that picture.
Look at that mugshot.
Tree's got the best one.
Yeah, he does.
But yeah, some of them are really colorful. And the other thing I did was I've got posters from a lot of the events I've worked over the years framed up in the garage.
Nice.
And that's really kind of cool because you walk out into the garage and you look up on the wall and you see Knoxville and Swamp Buggy races and Sacramento Mile and San Jose Mile and all that.
Any of them arms? Any of them autographed by anybody?
I got one from an IMSA race that I did out in Phoenix. Eliseo Salazar had won, and Eliseo signed it. Yep. But the ones that are really signed that are more important are inside.
Right. I do have, it's kind of a sad, touching one. But it means a lot to me, and I wasn't at the race actually, but in Sedan, Missouri, got the program from that race. Will Davis passed away after an accident at that race, and he had signed that program for Graham, and so I do have that one. That one means a lot to me. But I have a lot of stuff like that. I have a helmet collection, Ralph, and that means a lot to me too.
I would love to say I did. Yeah. I've only had one racer give me one. Right. I don't like asking. I feel funny asking.
Right, I know, exactly.
But Johnny Herrera gave me a helmet once, signed, which I thought was really cool.
That's cool.
Got some face shields and things like that that have been.
I've got some shields, yeah. Jared Meese gave me one and has some nice writing on it. I can't say on the air.
It does.
Yeah. Because we go back and forth with championships with Meese, you know, because there was one year it was a Twins championship, wasn't an all-around overall championship, but you know, as many championships as he's won, it's kind of fun. We go back and forth with each other.
Oh yeah.
So I've got one of his lenses from the Devil's Bowl a couple years ago when we had COVID.
Cool.
A nice move right there by Radishio, coming up the inside of Jared Lowe. Kitchens at the top spot, the 80 bike 2:0.870. The only Husqvarna with this goes ahead of James Ott. Trevor Bruner right there third, Mishler fourth, Dalton Gauthier. I had him written down as the winner for last night.
Kitchen has done a really nice job in the Husky.
Yes. Yep.
Why do you think we haven't seen more Husqvarnas out here? I mean, everybody's talking about the KTM now and Production Twin and all that with Rispoli and what he's doing and how we expect to see so many more KTMs all of a sudden. Why do you think we're not seeing more Huskies in the singles category?
I think if he would get up here and win like 4 or 5 of them, then it's kind of like monkey see, monkey do in our sport. I mean, it's like if this Husky's winning, well, I better go get one. You know,
it's been right there.
Right, he has, and I think we might see more Huskies here real soon.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah, we'll see. Singles Group 3, this extra bonus round of practice. We do have some raffle tickets we'll do as soon as it gets quiet out there. We'll read some winning raffle ticket numbers.
I just like the variety in brands. You know.
Definitely. One Yamaha, one Husqvarna. We have a Suzuki to travel with us for a little while, and one of the California riders, and he's not with us today, but a lot of Hondas, a lot of KTMs. Kitchen at the top spot. This bonus practice session 2:0.870, so the higher line's not slowing Kitchen down. 2:0.8 is pretty quick.
Oh, yeah.
I think, you know,
should be quicker today, don't you think, than yesterday?
I think it will be as soon as they pull those markers down.
Yeah.
And then they're going to have to knock off the top layer of what's on the lower groove. But I think it will be quicker. And it actually looks like we might have 2 separate lines. They've got it so far up the racetrack that we might have a high line. We call it a middle line, so they're not up there by the hay bale. So I'm not calling it high, like all the way to the top. But we might have a middle line and a bottom line. Chris Carr.
As long as we have 2, that's...
Yeah. Chris Carr calls that the Rich King line.
Rich King?
Yeah, Rich King was a bottom feeder.
Yeah, hole number 80.
Yep. And he also calls it the mini bike. Chris Carr's funny. Yeah, he'd stop by the booth here and there.
Chris is here today.
He is here. He's helping Jeffrey Carver Jr. in that Super Twins class on the XR. There's Terrence Santero getting the ride on the First Impressions Honda. Usually rides Kawasaki. He's a good rider. He's a California boy. Kitchen at the top spot. He's a Michigan rider. James Ott second. Bruner's third. Indiana back there in third. California in second. Wisconsin in fourth. Pennsylvania in fifth. They're from all over the place, Ralph. Canada in sixth. Big piece thrown up the white flag. 1 lap to go. Bonus round of practice. This is group number 3. Aaron Santero. Actually watched him as an amateur at the Flat Track Grand Championships. Beat Cody Kopp a couple of times. It was very impressive.
Yeah, I would say so. Based on how Cody's riding these days.
Checkered flag is out. That'll be it for this bonus round of practice for your Parts Limited AFT singles. Brandon Kitchen was the fastest out there.
Can't wait to see what Cody does next year.
Coming
back on the Red Bull KTM, but having that full season of the championship under his belt, he learned so much this year. He was exposed to so much through this championship chase. Positive, negative, all of that, you know. Looking like he had it as a walk away, and then all of a sudden he wasn't showing up on the podium and struggling through all of that. He's going to be a much different racer next year.
Yeah, and I don't know if struggle is the right word, or if maybe he's being conservative, Ralph. I mean, was he taking it easy?
He wasn't on the podium.
Correct.
And so, I mean, I think he was trying to get there.
Okay.
So, either way, he wasn't up there,
Correct.
right?
Yes, but he, like you said, he learned a lot. You know, it's his second season, so he called it his sophomore season, and man, what an impressive. He's 7 wins.
Yeah. I mean, he's going to be a much different racer next year.
And he's got a 2-year contract with the Red Bull KTMs. So he'll be strong next year. He'll try to defend the #1 plate. The only one rider in history in that AFT singles class has defended the #1 plate with a win. It's Dallas Daniels, and look at him. He's up there in his rookie season in the Super Twins class and having a very good year.
Can't wait to see those two get up in there together, right?
Yeah, that's going to be
When
exciting.
you start thinking about the future of the sport.
The next generation.
Yep.
You want to switch gears and talk about four wheels for just a second?
Sure, what do you want to talk about?
I heard Kurt Busch announced his retirement.
He announced he's not racing full-time next year.
All right.
That's for sure.
Look at that bike.
Yeah.
Did you win that today?
I wish.
I think that's one we're giving away later on.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
How far Kurt's going, I haven't talked to him. Obviously, they're all out in Vegas.
Right.
I haven't even read the story we have up on Speed Sport yet. I'm seeing some reports where they're saying it's, official, he's done for good. I'm hearing others say that's just taking next year off, and he'll kind of see where he's at after that.
It's kind of the end of an era is what I heard. He's the last full-time driver that actually raced full-time with Dale Earnhardt Sr. So it's a generational deal, kind of, sort of.
It is.
Look at that blower.
Kurt certainly accomplished quite a bit.
Yes.
He had a lot of racing left in him still, had he not gotten injured. But I think he's doing the right thing as far as being smart about, brain injuries are a really tricky deal, man, and you've got to be so smart about easing yourself back into it.
Yeah, and it's hard to walk away from a sport, but if you're not feeling right, maybe it is time to step away for a little bit.
Well, and he understands what you have to be like to compete at that level. I can only imagine what it's like to be in that pack at speed at Talladega or Daytona when things are moving so fast and all the buffeting and everything going on in there, and your brain has to be
sharp,
so razor sharp, not just to win, but just to survive, Well, let's go down to the pit area and see what old Ricky's up to. How's lunch settling?
Well, AFT for Ricky Rackman stands for always feeding time when there's not racing. But it's great. I mean, you can feel the excitement in here. And for a lot of us, it's sort of like the last day of school, the last day of camp. This is the last race of the season. And it's exciting.
What happened to the Motorhead shirt?
I want to know what happened. Yeah, what shirt are you wearing, Ricky?
Well, basically, I like to do costume changes every so often. And with this heat, I'll be doing another costume. But I bought this shirt, and everybody should go get one. And I just think it's really cool, and I'm very proud to wear this shirt all day for the last race.
Where did you get it, Ricky? Where'd you get it?
I believe there might over in the paddock. I don't remember where. Over there.
Over there. I like that.
Over there.
But I saw them, and I just thought they were. Don't you think this is a cool shirt?
That is a cool shirt.
I like it.
Where's yours, Kristen?
I'm going to be headed down there shortly.
Okay.
My mic would work. Oh, wait. Are we in? Are we
Yeah.
in there? Can we hear it?
Yep.
Yeah, we hear you.
No,
No,
worse.
you were fine.
Kristen's trying.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. All reliable.
All reliable is Ricky.
I'll hold this one a little further away.
Did Cole catch anything this morning?
He went out he left the hotel room at 3:30 a.m. and he started his fishing adventure at 4. And he sent me a bunch of photos of these poor little fish that he did end up releasing. However, they all had hooks in their mouths, and I felt so bad for them. And I'm just sorry to the entire state of Florida that my other half had to go out there and just
that you
rampage
brought him
fish.
here.
I'm so sorry.
Wow.
I'm so sorry, y'all.
That's all right.
Cole's a big fisherman.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I felt bad for this little guy.
He's as they say, an avid outdoorsman.
Right on.
Yes.
Ricky, did you go fishing too? I was sleeping at 3:30. What about you?
I got back to my room at about 4:30.
Ricky's enjoying. The bananas are here.
I love Bike Week. I went to my first Daytona Bike Week in 1992, and I've loved coming here, and it's great.
Want to give away some free stuff?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just got some winning tickets. You guys are doing great down there in the pits. We're going to give away some raffle tickets right now. I've got 4 of them. This is our first set of raffle ticket winners for Fan Appreciation Day. We've got 4 of them. These are for, it looks like, 2 headphones and 2 Torch sunglasses. Winning ticket number 1, 681-6765. Winning ticket number 2, 681-6834.
I don't have either of those. Draw again.
Okay, winning ticket number 3, 681-6734. So pretty close to the last one. 100 numbers off. And then winning ticket number 4, 681-6763. We love Anna.
BTR Anna.
Anna Banana. There you go.
She's got a lot of fans here today.
I guess so. More fans than I do.
I love it.
It's not hard to do.
I wonder what people would dress up to if they were fans of you. How would they come?
I have no idea. Maybe a big 43.
Big microphone.
Maybe a Off the Groove shirt. My old podcast. I don't know.
Maybe they come as a big microphone.
All right. What about you? A talking head?
Yeah.
There you go. What's your saying? If you're paying, you're saying?
If you're paying, I'm saying.
There you go. That's Ralph Shaheen, ladies and gentlemen. It's not me. We got somebody just joined us up here in the booth. You want to talk to him? Should we talk to him for a little bit,
Yeah,
or
bring
you
Sammy
want to
over.
take a break? You want to talk to him? Or you want me to?
You can talk to him.
Oh, sure. You get. Yeah, I gave.
He called some numbers
I gave
out,
away
but I
4
didn't have
things
any of those.
already. I sure did. Where were you at, Tree? Did you? You didn't get them? Look at all the bananas showing
There's a
up.
lot of bananas out there.
Man, oh, look. Yeah, there you are. We see you.
It's a slippery section of the grandstands right
They
there.
love Anna Banana. Look at that.
Tree got
I
that.
like
It
that.
took you a bit.
I was trying to
Took you
read
a
the
minute.
sign. 800% pure. Yeah.
I
Don't
love it.
stop.
Pure, yeah.
Man, look at all of them.
Have you ever heard of the Savannah Bananas?
Yes.
The minor league
You
baseball
follow them on
team?
Instagram?
Oh,
It's
yes.
hilarious.
I have got to go see those guys play someday.
Let's do it.
I'm all about it.
Yeah. We'll take Cole.
Yeah. I love
It's
it.
a baseball team, minor league baseball team.
There you go.
Yeah. Got handstands
You know
going on
what?
in the background. Look at those comfy chairs.
I don't know where they went in the grandstand, but I met a great couple from Alabama who's here today.
Yep.
And big fans of American Flat Track. And it's so much fun to meet the fans who follow our series all around the country. And they've been everywhere. You know how you used to see the guys have campers and they'd have the Good Sam Club
Right.
sticker, the
Yep.
map of the U.S. and all the states they've been to be filled in.
Yep.
These folks are like that. They were telling me they've been to flat track races up in New York and all over the Southeast. It's great. Love
That's
it.
awesome.
They were here as soon as the gates opened up. They go and they mark down their seats so they make sure they get the good seats each year.
You take your blanket and put some tape around there so you got a section
Yeah, so
kind
they
of
know
roped
where they
off a
wanna
little bit.
go.
So those folks got here early. They're over there in the sun in the
They're
pits.
working on a tan over there.
Ooh. Little track maintenance going on. We get back to it. We'll get into our first official round of practice. We did a bonus round of practice today. Let's check in one more time with Kristen B. Kristen, can you hear us over there? I guess not. Ralph almost lost his drink over here. What happened?
Just finished it.
Oh, okay.
Little rhino power.
It's you.
What you got, Ricky?
Huh?
Hi. He said, huh? He could hear us.
I can hear you perfectly fine. I just choose to ignore you right now.
I know.
How is this
The
weather
rest of
right
the
now?
season, I love it.
How's the weather?
The weather is so phenomenal
It's
right
great
now.
up here in the VIP booth.
Is it? Do you guys
Yes.
have a VIP booth?
Well, it's the
Are
concession
you up in
stand.
that suite up there that's got like the little jacuzzi and the espresso bar and everything?
Yes,
No.
don't tell everybody where it's
Wow.
at.
The girls from Grandview.
We're settle down, Kristen. We're above the concession stand, Ricky.
Well, that's interesting.
It's the VIP suite.
There we are.
Yep, that's us. Somewhere.
Well, the two windows in the middle.
Yeah, we're waving.
Yeah,
I'm
but they're
waving.
tinted,
They
so
are
I don't
tinted
think they can
windows.
see us.
For you fans in the stand, I'd just like to explain to everybody, this is the part of the show that we like to call the lull, which is just the time during your entertainment evening where just nothing's really happening. But I promise you, it's going to get better than this. And you're probably saying right now, no, it can't get more exciting than it is right now. Well, I assure you in the stands, it'll get a lot more exciting.
Hard to believe it could, right, Ricky? But it will.
Hey, Ralph, we were back there in the marketplace a little while ago. Did you see the Jay Springsteen shirts?
I did not.
They're
I
brand
did.
new.
Really?
They're very
Brand new.
cool.
They got a big number 9 on the back.
Oh,
I think you had a Scotty Parker shirt, too.
Really?
Yeah, they were very cool.
Did you get one?
They're printed on the front. I like when the shirts are printed
did
on
not
the
get
front.
one.
They've got some American Flat Track's got some really good merchandise. You should go over there and check some of the stuff out.
Have you bought anything today, Scotty? I saw you walking with a bag. I thought maybe you went to Rookies of '79.
Well, I did get something handed to me. I got a Hot Shoe Hall of Fame shirt.
Oh.
And there was a few of them got handed out yesterday. I think she's out of them. Oh. I know you weren't there.
That's frustrating.
I got a Cameron Smith shirt.
Did you really?
I did get a Cameron Smith's bike looks pretty cool right now.
The paint
it
jobs
says
are
"Welcome
awesome.
to Daytona" on it. It's white. It's glittery. The graphics on Cameron Smith's bike look really, really cool.
There's I agree with you, Ricky. There's the rookie class of '79 over there. The Rookies of '79 has bike raffles that end today. You get your tickets today. You can get them online if you're watching at Fans Choice at home. They got that Yamaha FCR or FC on the right. They got a couple of those little Indian electric bikes, but those raffles, we're giving those away later on today. Did you buy any raffle tickets, Ralph?
Not yet. I might have to go down there and do that.
You have to give you a break here in a minute. Put Sammy in your spot.
Yeah, well, let's get Sammy over here.
Yeah, let's talk to that guy.
All right.
So we're out here at Volusia Speedway Park. Again, we started a little bit early. We ran through one full round of practice. It was like a bonus round of practice to try to widen the groove a little bit, and it did its job. And so here in just a moment, we'll bring on the bikes are actually rolling up right now, but we got a new special guest up here in the booth. And if you remember way back in March, this guy sat beside me then. It is Sammy Albert. Sammy, how you doing?
Yeah, doing good. Happy to be back.
Good. Well, thanks for stopping by again. What do you think of the view from where we're at?
Yeah, it's a good view from up here. Probably the best one here. You can see the whole track.
So we do complain about it because I can't see turn number one, but it's a good thing I have this great big monitor in front of me. But usually they have me in a trailer or somewhere out back, so yeah.
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 Yeah, this is definitely one of your better spots.
Exactly. Thank you,
trailer,
Sammy. I appreciate it. Thank you. So how hard is it for you to sit here and watch these Super Twins come out here on this track? Because you go good here.
Yeah, it's difficult. I rolled into the track yesterday, and I'm like asking myself, why am I not racing? And then I get here, and everybody's asking me, why are you not racing?
And what's the answer? What did you tell them?
I'm just done showing off.
Okay. All right. I'll take that answer.
I may come back and show off a couple of times next year on certain tracks, and we'll just have to wait and see.
Gotcha. So they have the orange cones or orange track markers out there. Looks like they're leaving them out there for another round. Do you like that? Do you not like that as a racer?
As a racer, I don't love it because it kind of messes up this. It changes your setup. You're out there trying to dial your bike in, and then it's like, well, now we're going an extra, 20 yards or whatever, and so it's a little bit tough with the setup. But for the fans and for the racing later in the day, it could hopefully prove beneficial. So it looks like the groove is getting quite wide now. It's almost like there's a second groove up higher where it's getting quite dark.
Yeah,
so
I was trying to explain that to Ralph. It looks like we have a low line, and I was going to say high line, but it's like a middle line because high to me would be up against the air fence where you used to race. Back in the day when you were younger. You used to go up there and clip the hay bales a little bit. I remember seeing you do that. But no, we have a low line and kind of a middle line.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll be interesting to see how it shapes up later. Sometimes that high line still, even though it's there, it'll get maybe dust on it from the low line and kind of negate the effect of what they're doing here now. But hopefully it all comes good and we get like a big wide groove and some more passing. So that's the goal. So we'll see how it shakes out.
Keep an eye right here on the 25 Ben Lau, who's moved up into this class about halfway through the season. Right behind him is Brandon Price. He's been kind of all over the place. He's ridden a few different motorcycles. He's on the G&G bike, so he's kind of auditioning possibly for a job for next year.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully he has a good run on that Yamaha. And then I know Ben caught his foot yesterday quite hard in that turn one hole and just really yanked it. So he might be limping around a little today. I'm not sure, but I know he was feeling it yesterday. So hopefully he can get it going today.
How about this guy right here? This guy's relentless. He never stops charging. He got second yesterday, and Van de Koy's, got his first win of his career, but this guy just kept coming, and got up there and got second as they come to the white flag.
Yeah, what a race yesterday. Van der Koy leading that race with the two champs right on his heels. I was watching that and thinking that, man, Van der Koy is really going to have to earn that win, and he sure earned that win last night with both Breyer and Jared just on his heels, so that was impressive.
Yeah, he did a great job. Got two great starts. We had that restart halfway through and got another good restart and went on to win his first national. First rider since Steve Moorhead in 1998 from the state of Ohio to win a national.
Wow. Can't
How
believe
about
it's
that?
been that long.
That is crazy,
it's
right?
Such a hotbed for flat track, too. But
yep.
Yeah, it looks like Robinson on top here and Breyer in second. So Hopefully Robinson can turn it around. I think yesterday he started off similar, started off on top, and then they had a bike problem in a qualifying session, and then just never got back on top, and it was his teammate that did. So
how hard, Sammy? How hard is it to jump onto a backup motorcycle? I mean, I know I've seen you do it time in. Every once in a while, but how hard is that for you?
Sometimes it's not hard. Sometimes it is. It just depends if that bike's working well today. He actually didn't. They fixed that bike.
Okay, I got you.
I'm not sure what issue they had, but they got it fixed up, and he got back out on his Black Betty. They call that bike.
All blacked out.
Yeah.
There's the 33, Jesse Janish, trying to win his first ever AFT championship right there. All right, let's try this one more time. Kristen Beed, how's it going out there?
All right, you guys can hear me. This is great. This is Track Exit where we'll be doing our semi-interviews later on this evening. We have good reception, all sorts of weird things, and I'm not losing you.
All right.
All right.
Kristen's ready to go. She's right there at the track exit. So, Sammy, on a track like this, do you work with, if you had teammates before, do you work with a teammate in practice and qualifying, or do you just maybe go out there and do your own thing and then talk it over when you get back to the pit area?
More talk it over when you get back in the pits. Like this is the type of track where you typically just go out there and you want maybe a rider that's maybe a little faster in front of you, and also give them a little bit of a gap, and then just try and close that gap in. You don't want to get stuck on someone when you're trying to qualify and set your fastest lap. You don't want to be like right on someone and have that slow your pace up.
A little different than when you're on a mile. You try to work with somebody and have some drafting partners, but here you don't.
Yeah, no, not enough draft on this track. It's more about just getting through the corners and getting off the corner well.
Mikey Rush had a popular win earlier this year at the Black Hills Half-Mile. Looked pretty good yesterday. He's up there about 6th right now so far.
Yeah, it was so cool to see Mikey get that win earlier this year, and hopefully he can end the season on a high note tonight.
That'd be pretty cool. Cody Johncock's had a good run on the 96 Yamaha.
Wow, looks like Cody's up to 2nd. It's pretty impressive. Is it Yamaha's all top 5 right now?
Well, that's crazy because we had 3 Harleys in the top 4 last night in the main.
Yeah.
Is it because of the higher line? Why do you think the Yamahas are strong right now?
Sometimes if it's like a locked down day blue groove type of deal, where during the day it's like the groove gets so abrasive and locked down, then the Japanese bikes like the Yamaha work quite well. The way their power hits and stuff like that, it works well on a very locked down blue groove that's almost more like riding on cement.
Here's a question for you. I haven't asked you this question yet, but there for a while when Brian Smith came out started on the Bill Warner Kawasaki, switched over to a different Kawasaki, the Howerton Kawasaki's. Everybody built Kawasaki's for a while. Now it looks like everybody in this class are building either Yamahas or riding the XG 750s. Is it kind of like a monkey see, monkey do type deal, or what are your thoughts? Where did the Kawasaki's go?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I'm maybe not the best person to answer that question, but it seems like the Kawasaki's have struggled to keep up. Like when like Ryan Varnes was bringing his out, and then they kept having to build the motor faster and faster, and then it had reliability issues. Gotcha. It sounded like.
Okay.
And so it seems like I think the other bikes might just have a slightly better platform, but at the same time, like Crosley built that rocket, and
it was a missile, yeah.
And I'm sure they pull that thing out, it would still be competitive. So just
okay.
doing it, I guess.
And Ralph and I were talking about it earlier. It's like, why isn't there any Huskies out there? Just one in the singles class. Well, I think if Kitchen would go out there and win about a handful of races, then maybe a few more people will start buying Huskies, maybe.
Yeah, possibly. I think that bike's quite similar to the KTMs and stuff like that. So I think it more matters where your support's coming from.
I got you. Okay, good to know. Sammy Halbert up here in the booth with me. Former champ. Used to be number 7. Used to be number 43. And lately he's been running number 69 to honor his brother. You got the 43 after I had it.
Yep, that's right.
And I got it after Smoking Joe Cup had it.
Yep.
Where? Oh, Colby just about threw it away right there. Man, it looked like the front end just kind of washed. I don't know. Did you catch that, Sammy?
I missed that, no.
See if we can take a look back. If they got a replay of that, we'll see if they can find it. But, man, he just about lost the front wheel. There's the 47, Michael Hill. He's on one of the McGrain Racing Kawasaki's out there. Let's take a look at this replay. This is Colby Carlisle going to turn number 1 and 2. Looked like he was kind of keeping his foot up above the marker right there in the front end. Just starts skating away from him a little bit. Is it slick? Like, I mean, tell us, for people that have never raced flat track, how would you describe racing on a groove, and what happened right there?
It looked like maybe he got a little lower and like between the two groups, potentially. Now, it kind of looked to me like he lost the back end a little, and then the front started to push. So I think this track looks like it has a lot of grip, but the thing is you push it until you're on the edge of that grip, and then sometimes the back is maybe more hooked up than the front, and then the back, it starts pushing the front because you're driving so much with the rear that it just causes the front to wash. And it's a pretty unique skill that flat trackers are some of the best riders of any discipline to be able to ride through the corner with your front end slide.
And on the edge.
Yep.
But Sammy Albert, we got a guest interviewer down there in the pit area, and I heard they are down there. I don't know who it is, but they're down there with Chris Fillmore with the KTM Red Bull team.
Hey, so Cody got
For Cody, yeah, we wrapped up the championship 2 races early, which is pretty awesome. The conversation that we have is the pressure's off. He gets to go out there and have fun and show everybody what he can do. So I think he did a good job of doing that yesterday. So we'll see what he can serve up today. But no, the pressure's off, and he's just having fun and enjoying it. And everything for next year is just planning for next year, and we'll at least take a weekend off and then get going.
That was Chris Fillmore down there getting a little interview from Taylor. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well said. Well said. They're all smiles down there in that pits for sure.
Here comes Cody Kopp, won his first championship, locked it up a couple of weeks ago. Went out here and got his 7th win of the season. How impressive is that?
It's wild. Like, it's so impressive what he's done this year. We're excited to see what he can do, and hopefully he gets to move up to a twin at some point and race with the big dogs.
I talked with his dad yesterday, and I said, man, I wish he was around the 43. And we talked about it, and you ran the 43, I ran the 43, Joe did. But he said that he wanted to do something different, and that's why he ran the 12. And I think that meant that he was his own racer. He's not maybe just as Joe Kopp's kid anymore. He's Cody Kopp.
Yeah, that's right. He sure is proving that. He's making a name for himself out there on his own.
Here comes the 13. Look up the inside of the 21. That's Mischler and Bruner. Are you hearing what the truck is saying right now, Sammy?
They're saying you're trying to keep lumping yourself in with us other 43s out there. But it's true. You did rock the 43 proud for a couple years.
Right. I was the slowest one, but that's all right.
You're still in there. You're in the big show.
I made it to the big dance.
Maybe not at the pointy end like some of us.
Yeah,
but
never made it to the top. That's all right. I was on the side of the hill.
Yeah.
I was watching. Have more fun up here. Probably get dirty up here.
It is nice and cool up here.
How about Mischler going by the 21 of Bruner? And how about the 106 of Chase Sadov up to the top spot? 20.722 for the rookie.
These guys look planted. The amount of lean angle that Morgan was carrying through that turn is pretty impressive.
Yesterday the 450s, actually the singles class was faster than the twins. I was trying to explain it because they're lighter weight and they can carry some more momentum through the corners, and they don't have to back off near as much as the big 750s.
Were they quicker at the end, though?
Not at the end of the night, but early on they definitely were.
I think early on they were, like, here and there, just as the track was getting quicker, because they are close. Like, they are close for those reasons you mentioned, but then the track was just getting quicker and they were on the track later, and the way the groove forms out here, the blacker and black, like the more black it gets, the quicker it gets. So I think it was the timing of when they went out on the track, and honestly they aren't that far off of the twins either. The power to weight ratio makes them pretty close.
Have you ridden like that KTM? Have you ridden anything like this, a 450? I know you had your Yamahas for quite a while, but have you tried these new, like anything newer lately?
Not like brand new. I've rode maybe like the KTM Huskies. I've rode maybe like a 19 or something like that. Okay. But I haven't tried the newest bikes. But yeah, the new bikes are getting quite impressive. But it's interesting if you go to like a slippery short track or something. It's like the old carbureted bikes work quite well as well still in flat track, which is just unique to the sport of flat track that you can still make the older bikes work.
So Sammy, you've moved down here to Florida. I think that's a trend that's happening more and more, so people can ride almost year round. You're over by Pensacola. Do you train out there at the Pensacola Short Track with Robbie Bobby and all those guys?
Yeah, sometimes. I live in Tallahassee, which is like 3 hours from Pensacola,
Okay.
so we ride more Woody's Moto Ranch, which was like a vintage motocross track that they had there. And then when I moved to town, they put a flat track in there.
Just for you?
Initially just for me, and then now like a lot of the old motocrossers are now crossing over and doing flat track. They're pretty into the flat track scene, which has been cool to kind of see that movement take place up there in Tallahassee. And so now we ride usually Tuesday at Woody's Motor Ranch, and then Wednesday night they have practice at Pensacola. So it's kind of a cool deal.
Are you? Yeah, like motocross guys. You're talking like, you know, Ricky Carmichael and Bubba Stewart. Are you talking those guys or?
Not Bubba, but Ricky Carmichael is from Tallahassee, and he did come out to Woody's and ride with us one time. He was riding his Triumph though, and last time I saw him, he was talking to me about trying to get out there and actually ride like my flat track bike.
Awesome.
So hopefully we get him out there soon. He showed some interest in it. But yeah, he did come out there and play around a little bit one time with us.
Are you still doing your schools?
I do some schools occasionally. Yeah, I think we're actually looking to hold one here November 14th. I think we're looking to do it at Woody's Moto Ranch up in Tallahassee. So I do like a couple a year, something like that.
How can people learn more about that? Follow you on social media? Is that the best way?
Yeah, social media, mainly Instagram, Sammy Halbert. I'll post up the info on there, on my story and stuff like that.
Open to vintage riders, young riders, pro riders, anything?
Yeah, anything for sure. I enjoy working with younger riders. I enjoy teaching as a whole. So sometimes older riders, sometimes younger riders. I definitely enjoy working with younger riders because they're pretty young and adaptable, and I just enjoy working with the kids as well. So, but yeah, skills of all types.
450s out there getting it done right now. It's the AFT singles class, fastest we've seen so far in this practice session. It is the 18 of Maxwell, and now James Ott goes to the top spot. He's from Simi Valley, California. He's on that 19. Look at that KTM is 1, 2, 3, and 5 right now.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. It looks like maybe the track's getting faster for this second group because we got some of the guys from this second group up here in the top 5. Look like Hunter Bauer up into 5th, which was awesome for him, and Brandon Kitchen in 4th. So good to see these guys from this second group bumping up there into the top 5.
How hard do you think it is for these Canadians to come down here and race with the Americans?
It's got to be tough. Like they mostly race cushion tracks up there, and this is as far from a cushion track as you can get. So it's it takes some doing, takes some dedication.
I just remember, you know, years ago that they would only show up maybe from Lima, and if we had a loose, deep half mile or half mile, that they'd show up for those. But now we've got a few of them trying it out more and more. I mean, for what Bauer's doing, he's doing a really good job. He's on an NKR Canada team. They're impressive.
Yeah, it's cool. They're kind of carrying the flag for the Canadian riders, and Hunter's over here doing it on the NKR team. It's good stuff. It's good for our sport that we got like some Canadians here, Australians, and stuff like that. It's really cool.
Last group here in our first round of practice. This is the first official round of practice, actually their second time out, but I'm surprised they still have the cones or the track markers are still out there. I thought they would have pulled them in by now.
Yeah, I guess since they had another practice round, they decided just to leave it out and let that groove get really nice and dark and black on the outside. That's what I was saying about like the darker that groove gets, the more rubber it takes, the faster it is. So you want, when you're out there and there's that rubber all over it, but you want to find like the darkest spot that has the most grip.
Right now, James Ott's laid down the fastest lap we've seen today with a 2:0.402. The fastest lap we've seen in Super Twins is a 2:0.540. Again, they were the first ones out there each time, so the track with more rubber going down. And I believe right now this a little bit higher line is smoother than the line was last night when they were running.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's so hard to tell from like up in the booth how smooth the track is, because like even yesterday it didn't look bad at all. And then you talk to the riders and they're saying it's actually blown out and there's some pretty big holes and stuff. So it's pretty surprising how different it is watching from the side to riding the track.
So also what I noticed, like first thing I walked up, Friday morning, walking up outside turn 4, there's more banking here than it looks like on TV as well.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's never the same as being here. Like the stuff like that, the banking and the speeds. It's always so cool to be at a flat track race in person. I remember as a kid, my first time going to a mile and standing on the inside guardrail, watching those guys go by inches from the guardrail at 100 plus, and thinking, "There's no way I'm ever going to be able to do this." And then next thing you know, it's second nature to me. Like I can do it without thinking.
And they're flying out here today. What do you think they're going about 90, 95 kilo straightaways?
Yeah, they got to be, because they're fully hooked up in the corners, ripping through the corners. They got to be getting up there close to 90. I don't know. We don't have speedometers on these things.
Right. But a quick time for James Ott. He was in that second group at 2:0.402. Maxwell will settle in there for second, 2:0.491. Cody Kopp third, 2:0.650. The Husqvarna of Brandon Kitchen is fourth, 2:0.682. Exact same time, actually, as Hunter Bauer on his KTM. It looks like they're going out there to maybe move some of those discs on the inside of the racetrack. And here comes the Build, Train, Race program. How about this, bro? What do you think about this? All these ladies out here building their motorcycles, maintaining them, selling their sponsorship, and now they get to come out here and race.
Yeah, it's such a cool program they put together and get all these ladies involved. And you know, I've seen a lot of these women at local events, getting comfortable on their bikes and stuff like that. So they're racing these bikes all over and all over on social media, creating content. So it's got to be a good move for the brand. They
all start with the INT 650. What they do after that, you know, sell some sponsorship, put some race suspension on there. You see different paint jobs, different gas tanks even. Some of them look like the old style flat trackers. Some of them, they leave the big gas tanks on there, just whatever they want to do. They're getting ready to roll on the racetrack. It looks like they have moved all of the corner markers inside. That inside line might be a little bit slippery for those first couple of laps, though, don't you think?
Yeah, it's possible that it will be a little slippery, and then like in between the groove, I would think it might be a little slippery. But see if these ladies can kind of merge those grooves together and lay a little rubber down.
Have you had any of these ladies in any of your schools?
Yes, actually, I think it was Anna Banana that came into the school, so that was pretty cool.
There you go. They're rolling onto the racetrack right now. 33, J.C. Jones. 31, Jill DeShane. The 08 is Zaria Martin. She's from Wisconsin. 81 is Hyatt. That is the 81, let's see, McKenna Hyatt. Then we have the 2 of Alex Bumpus McDonald. The 57, Stephanie Peets. She's from Mesa, Arizona. The 909, Aaron Ferris. 800, that's Anna the Banana. Got our race fans up there in the crowd. Anna Serena, she's from Miami Beach, Florida. 27, Neen Cascala. The 46 is Hobart. That's Kayla Hobart. Then we have the 327, that's Gabby Hughes. The 15 is Mia Reese. And the 7, that's the 07, that is Mariah Hummer. Listen to these fans out there cheering on these ladies. They pull up, they're going to give them a practice start, which they do that in their first round. So I like it. That gives them all a chance to get another practice start here under their belt.
Yeah, it's always good as they're getting dialed in, get the starts dialed in. It's especially on a track like this, it's so important to get a good start and get good track position. Makes a huge difference at the Volusia Half-Mile.
Lining them up. We'll wait until we get the official okay. There's Big P out there. He's going to send them out one at a time. Here we go. Listen to the thunder.
Sounds good.
Have you rode a roll infield like anyone? Have you rode one of these?
I have not.
Me neither.
I sat on Johnny's, but I have not rode one.
What did that feel like?
It was
like a road racer?
It was a newer model that they put me on, and it felt pretty good, actually.
I was over in England a couple weeks ago when Gary Burtwhistle was riding a roll infield. There's another gentleman that's riding one too, and they look like they've trying to get them figured out. I like it. You know, the Royal Enfield stepping in with both feet into flat track.
Yeah, that's so cool to see. It's such a big brand.
Some of these ladies have never raced flat track before this season. There's the 33 J.C. Jones. She does a lot of flat tracking out in California. She races at the Paris Short Track a lot. That's her home track. She's a good rider.
Yeah, she really is. Yeah, I've seen her around racing on the West Coast for a long time.
And Jill DeShane is she's up there from Minnesota. She's a very talented rider as well. There's Zaria Martin. She's an up-and-comer. She just graduated high school earlier in the season. So all ladies out there.
Looks like they're running the high line mainly right now.
I think that's a good move because they had, you know, nobody's been on the low line just yet. Maybe that's what they were told to do, maybe, but
I think they're just going, but it would be pretty cool if the high line stays the faster line after they put all that rubber down there. That would make for some pretty cool racing if that ended up being the quick line and all the pros were going up there.
Sammy, as the night progresses, the sun will go down. The moisture tends to come up. Can you feel that as a rider? Can you feel the track change as it cools down and the moisture comes up?
Yeah, especially here. Honestly, it can be a little frustrating because, like, my experience racing here one of the last times, during the day, I was so dialed in. I went to, like, a stiffer shock spring, and I was like, holy, this is so good. I'm so dialed in. And then I went to the night show, and I was out to lunch. I was just no grip. So it's kind of tough because it's almost like you need two different setups, like one setup for the day, and then at nighttime it gets a little more greasy, and you have to have the bike a little more set up to try and get grip on a greasy surface. So for me, it was like I would run the stiffer spring during the day, and then at night, like, switch to the softer shock spring and adjust the gearing a little bit and the tire pressure, and then just go out there and hope for the best. Because if you miss your setup a little bit out here, it's so tough, especially in the Super Twins class to roll at the front of the pack. You gotta be dialed in and hooked up.
Zaria Martins goes to the top spot right there with a 22.877. So you're sitting back there in the pit area, you're fastest in practice, fastest in qualifying, and then you've got to make changes to the bike, but you don't want to because you're fast, right? I mean, how hard is that to make yourself change that motorcycle?
Yeah, especially if you're quickest, like you said, that makes it that much harder. It's like, I'm the best right now. Why change it? So maybe in that case you make a smaller adjustment. But a place like here, we keep going to, like we've been here a couple of times already this year, so you kind of get a feel for what it does. But the other tricky thing about it is that every time we come here, it's a little different.
Right.
It's like that's the thing with dirt track. Every time the dirt's a little bit different, reacts a little bit differently. The grip levels is always changing. There's bumps in different places, so it's hard to like just have one setup for one track. It seems like you're always adjusting it.
So throughout your career, you worked on your bikes, your dad worked on your bikes, you rode for people that had people that worked on your bikes. Do you keep a notebook with all your changes in there, or does the people you race for do that?
Yeah, a combination. I always keep notes. Back in the day, I would like paper notes, and then in the last like decade or so, it transitioned to doing it digitally. Like I'd use on my Mac, I'd do it in Pages, and that way I can pull it up on my iPhone or the Mac. And
wow.
And so even when I rode for Harley, I would they would have us fill out a form for their notes, and then I would take my own personal notes. And not always bike setup notes. I would put it like
mental,
like, and different like things about as a rider. I should work on this or look for this and stuff like that. So and sometimes I'd pick how I felt about the hotel in that town and where I should stay next time.
And maybe even the temperature of the day, the weather conditions. Did you keep track of that too? Because I know we tried to.
Yeah, not a ton with the temperature and weather, but more just track conditions,
okay.
which for sure is
determined by weather. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Super Twins are back out there. This is their second official round of practice. Actually, it's the third time they've been on the racetrack.
All right, this is cool. Jared Lee's in front of Jeffrey Carver on the old XR 750 with Brandon Price right behind him on the Yamaha. See how these guys stack up. See if Carver can. I'm sure he's getting out there trying to latch on the back of these and see if he can run that pace on the old mighty XR 750.
And they're staying right there in that higher line than we had last night, so that nobody's gone down there on the screen that we can see, but Carver really threw it in there in turn number 3.
Yeah, it looks like now they're starting to come down a little bit to that kind of middle line, but yeah, it's cool to see him still up on the track. That's a good sign for what we might see later.
Robinson at 20.298. That is now the fastest lap we've seen in any of the classes that have been out there.
Have we seen 19s out here?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yep.
Maybe yesterday. Let me find my notes from yesterday. That's a good question, Sammy. I think we got close. I think a few bikes were in the 19s, yeah.
When Robinson gets on like this and he's top of the timesheets, he can be tough to beat out here for sure. He was telling me yesterday that he was on a streak of being fast qualifier here. Like it would have been like his 4th time in a row yesterday being fast qualifier out here, but then like he didn't get it because he had the bike malfunction in the second qualifier. So
and that's when the track was faster.
Yeah, so that's exactly, he didn't really get a shot at it. So now he's top of the timesheets again today. So he may be a threat for the boys tonight.
Fastest lap we saw in practice and qualifying yesterday was Meese with a 20.174. So the track is faster already tonight. 20.151. There's the 44, Brian Robinson. He's got 2 wins on the season.
He's got quite a gap too. Like that's almost 2 tenths between him and the second place rider. Well, now it just changed as Brian got a little bit closer.
Right.
That's a pretty strong to have any gap like over a tenth on these guys is a pretty big deal.
And that's Vanderkoy's teammate. Vanderkoy back there in 7th, who won here last night, is a 20.5. So that was it for this second round of practice. Actually, 3rd time they've been out. If you want to get technical, but the 44 fastest in the last couple rounds, 20.151 will be fastest in that round of practice. That's some quick laps out there.
Carver in 6 on the XR. It's good to see them out there flying the flag.
He was doing good early in the day, and then I don't know what happened later on. He just didn't quite have it at the very end.
Well, yeah, I know they had a bike problem in the main event. I'm not sure what happened. I didn't talk to him, but I think they might have had a brake issue or something happened.
Stop by and get your raffle tickets. We got a lot of stuff going on. We also going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get into more practice and qualifying right here at the Mission Volusia Half-Mile. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey everybody, it's Randy Dye here from Daytona Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram. We are now a Dodge Power Broker. Our direct connection gives you the keys to performance parts straight from the factory. Unlock your Dodge muscle car's full performance potential or build your dream race car from the ground up. Daytona Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram, your exclusive Dodge Power Broker dealer.
Right now, well-qualified buyers enjoy 2.9% financing on the new 2022 Dodge Challenger.
DeLand Motorsports, Florida's #1 Suzuki dealer, wants you to know
it's time to get out of the house and take a ride.
DeLand Motorsports has a huge selection of Suzuki motorcycles, ATVs, and scooters, so you can find your perfect match. Our finance manager has flexible motorsports financing. And when you buy from us, you get free local pickup and delivery anytime you need service.
Come see the DeLand difference at DeLand Motorsports,
where we treat our customers like family.
Riders, let your queries be known.
Yeah, hi. Instead of letting passengers wrap their arms around us, can we put little handles on our jackets?
Deny.
Can you imagine?
I want a new nickname. Can you guys start calling me Snake?
No, Brian. Denied.
How about we all get quotes to see if we can save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer?
Approved.
Cool. Hey, if Brian's not going to be Snake, can I be Snake?
No.
DCT is an automatic transmission. You heard right. The Honda DCT is a fully automatic transmission. For a motorcycle, it'll shift faster than you can, at the right time, right speed, and right RPM. And when you want to shift for yourself, use paddle shifters mounted on the left handlebar. Take a DCT demo on a new Honda Africa Twin and other available models. Schedule your DCT demo right now at Al Lamb's Dallas Honda.
The 2022 season will see new challenges for Royal Enfield. More racing, more racers, and more energy than ever before. For the first time ever, the Moto Anatomy powered by Royal Enfield team will participate in the full calendar, including the miles and build train race grid expanding to 15 riders and 7 races. More action than ever before. SENA is proud to be the official motorcycle communication system of Progressive American Flat Track. Ride connected with industry-leading mesh and Bluetooth communication systems, plus sound by Harman Kardon speakers and microphone. Head over to the marketplace to demo one of SENA's premium motorcycle communication systems today.
Tom Duma Fine Jewelers is proud to be the official jeweler for our 8th year to Progressive American Flat Track, providing championship rings for each class in 2021. TDFJ wants to be your jeweler. Check us out online for all your jewelry needs, from engagement rings to fashion jewelry to watches, in all price points to fit everyone's budget. Shop like a pro. Shop TDFJ.com.
Klotz Synthetic Lubricants is proud to be the official lubricant of American Flat Track. Family owned and made in America since 1959. Klotz has built its reputation by answering the call of racers and performance enthusiasts who won't settle for anything less than superior synthetic lubricants. Racers and performance buffs around the world rely on Klotz to get them to the checkered flag. Order today at KlotzLube.com.
Mobile View has been providing state-of-the-art LED video screens to sporting and special events throughout the U.S. and Canada since 1999. We use our vast experience of thousands of events to help guide the process of finding the right size screen to help make your event a memorable experience for your fans and sponsors. With over 300 World Championship titles, for 44 years, Öhlins advanced suspension technology has been providing the pinnacle of suspension for all areas of motorsports. For road or track, dirt or asphalt, when you choose Öhlins products to elevate your performance, you get Öhlins USA support and service to keep fueling your passion for excellence.
Memphis Shades brings you a whole new level of style when it comes to motorcycle windshields and fairings. The quality, style, and selection set these products apart from the pack. Memphis Shades designs and builds all windshields, fairings, and hardware in-house. Raw materials in, finished goods out. Made in Memphis. Style that works.
Dunlop is proud to be the official tire of Progressive American Flat Track. What we learn from racing is rolled into our production tires, such as the Dunlop K180. A street-legal version of the aggressive DT3 flat track tire. With the K180, street riders can now have the authentic flat track tire experience. No other tire company has won more American motorcycle championships than Dunlop. Race fans, VP Racing Fuels offers a full line of power sports fuels, lubricants, coolants, and appearance products for track and street. From pro racers to weekend warriors, we help riders make more power. Ask your local power sports dealer.
Mimi and Moto, the motorcycle monkeys, are on a mission to get kids excited about motorcycles. Visit mimiandmoto.com for books, t-shirts, onesies, snuggle monkeys, and more. That's mimiandmoto.com.
1 week ago, we went through a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Hurricane Ian is a powerful Category 4 storm, and it's made landfall in Florida.
While we were in our homes, as a community, we went through it together. Hurricane Ian devastated our cities, leaving Southwest Florida in turmoil and chaos.
Tied for the 5th strongest hurricane in U.S. history.
But as we have done before, we have come together as a community. We will stand together, we will help each other, we will rebuild our cities even bigger and better. With having served our community for over 12 years in all aspects of real estate, whether remodeling, renovations, relocations, or buying and selling, we continue to be there for you in your time of need because we are My Digital Listing and we are Southwest Florida Strong.
And welcome back to the Mission Volusia Half-Mile. We got some more raffle tickets. Get your tickets out. Get your tickets out. We're going to give away some more raffle stuff. This is the 445 drawing. This is for 2 kicker speakers. The 440 drawings go to 681-6745. That is 681-6745 and 681-6815. 681-6815. You can pick up your prizes at the ticket office. Also, if you're buying raffle tickets online from the Rookies of 79, check your text messages for copies of your tickets. So a lot going on up here in the booth. Also, they're walking around with 50-50 raffle tickets for to help raise money for the people around here that got affected by Hurricane Ian. So they're doing actually $1 from every ticket sold will go to Hurricane Ian relief. Every lap counts. $5 will be donated for every lap completed in practice, qualifying, semis, and main events across the entire weekend as determined by the lap leader of each session. Continued encouragement of series partners donations, which are currently in excess of $8,000. Get your raffle tickets right now. 50-50 raffle tickets are $5 per ticket. They're walking around right now, and there's also donation boxes located at the ticketing marketplaces and at the paddock. So, Sammy, you were here for the hurricane. You're up in Pensacola. It got lucky and turned before it made up to your house, right?
Yeah, well I'm in
Tallahassee.
Yeah, Tallahassee, but yeah, we didn't get hit with anything. We didn't even get any rain, but
wow.
Yeah, that's so cool. They're raising money to support that effort. Yeah, it's pretty wild when those hurricanes come through.
No kidding. So we got production twins getting ready to get onto the racetrack. This will start our qualifying efforts. Every bike will get 2 rounds of qualifying, and we have an open paddock area a little bit later on at 6 to 6:50. And during that time, right at the start, you're going to head over to the Rookies of 79. They got a brand new, is it a brand new Sammy Albert shirt? It looked like it.
Yeah, it is a brand new shirt with me and my older brother Jethro on it, and I'll be over there signing autographs and selling the shirt. And the charity is actually donating their portions of that of the proceeds from the shirt sale to my nephew Jethro's son Caleb's
awesome.
college fund. So
that is so cool.
Yeah, Charlie does a lot of good work over there. So yeah, I'll be over there supporting them right at the start of Fan Walk.
Yeah, goosebumps right there, buddy.
Oh,
that's awesome. On the racetrack, here comes the production twins. They'll get a practice start over here. They'll pull up, and this is actually qualifying, so the time will start the next time they come back around. Sammy, when you went out for qualifying, back in the day, it was one at a time. It was a lot different. Then we did scratch heats for a while, and now we're doing qualifying practice, sort of. Would you go out there and pick a particular guy you wanted to follow, or would you go out there and want to lead?
Typically don't want to lead. For me, I think maybe for every rider it's different, but for me, I typically wanted to have like one of the top guys a little bit gapped out in front of me, and you kind of gauge off of them and just, but it can work against you too, because if you get on a track like this where it's hard to pass, and next you catch up to his back wheel. And there's also sometimes like games that go on, like I think even this year with me and Mies, like I went out behind Mies, and then next thing he pulls over and pulls out of the way, and then I'm out front leading the way. So yeah, you gotta kind of play some games out there with the riders to put yourself in the right spot. It takes you get better at it over time.
Did you ever do it like Brian Smith and Wade go at the very back? I know he always did that. You didn't seem like you would want to be up there in the front.
Yeah, like I said, for me, I never seem to do quite as well when I was just like fully on my own. There's been sometimes certain tracks where that works out well, but for me, typically having some people within like eyesight for me was really good.
Back in the day before we had transponders, we relied on the stopwatch, and that's how you determine how to set up your bike and stuff. I know when you go to a non-national event, that's what you have to do.
Yep, sure do. Yeah, stopwatches still come out from time to time, but a lot of times now we have like our own little GPS devices on the bikes and stuff like that.
How about this guy right here, Corey Texter, wrapping up his career tonight?
Yeah, hopefully he can go out with a win. It looks like the championship's getting a little bit far out now for him after last night, but hope to see Corey go out with a win tonight. That would be pretty special for him.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. He said, I asked him on my pit walk yesterday, my mission pit walk, I said, hey, are you coming back at all? And he said, no, I'm walking away. He said, unless there's going to be a indoor concrete national, I might come off the couch for that.
Yeah, he's pretty good on the concrete for sure. But yeah, look at these guys. They're still on that high groove. That is so awesome to see. Like I said, that could make for some much better racing later today, because if they're running that high groove as the fast line, then that'll leave the door open for someone to get a run and pass on the low line, and kind of you can make that pass on the low line where there's less grip, and then like drift back up on the drifter part up top in front of the other riders. So that could be good.
So like a slide job, going there low, slide up in front of the leader.
Yep, exactly.
Okay. That's the Royal Enfield, the 10 of Johnny Lewis right behind Mikey Rush, the 96 Cody John Cox. Bromley still has the fastest time out here, 2:0.361, so the track slowed down just a little bit because Bromley's last time was a 2:0.64. Just as I say, that's a 2:0.361, so it is faster. It's 0.3 faster than it was earlier as the checkered flag comes out. 16 riders here in the production twins today, so all 16 will make the main. They're racing for their starting spot in those semifinals. You want to start in the front row on a place like this, wouldn't you?
Oh, for sure. And it's so much harder to get that front row spot now that there's only 4 on a row. It's like you really got to be doing something to get on the front row. So that's the first mission, is get your front row start for the semis, and we'll see how that pans out here for Group 2. We got Rispoli coming out on the 43 KTM. That thing
the next 43.
Pretty good.
Did you see him fall off last night? He did the flying W.
I couldn't see it from where I was standing.
His legs were like he was doing the splits, but he went into 3. He said he hit that bump and kicked the back end off the ground, and the front end just washed, and his legs were wide open. He said, if I can get that bump figured out, he goes, I'm going to smoke him tomorrow night. So he's feeling pretty confident.
Yeah, he's always got that confidence.
That's true.
Yeah.
How impressive is it? That brand new bike. Of course, it did good at the Red Mile. You expect all that horsepower to do good on a Red Mile, but he's looking really strong out here on a half mile.
Yeah, no, it's good to see. It's really impressive what they've done. I want to say they're running that frame is still based off the stock frame, I think,
with a custom built swing arm.
That's pretty cool that they're able to do that with the stock frame and get it working out here like that.
One bike just making it onto the racetracks, the 47 of Michael Hill. He's on the McGrain Racing Kawasaki. They struggled a little bit on that bike, but they had a couple of other McGrain bikes make it into the main with Logan McGrain and with Ryan Wells made 2 of the McGrain Racing bikes made it main.
That's awesome. They're fielding a bunch of the riders.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Yeah, 3. You got Logan in the singles. You got 2 twins riders, which is good because when Logan's ready to make that move to the twins, they're going to have those bikes dialed in for him.
Exactly.
That's Rispoli trying the high line on the 43. That's the Wally Brown Racing KTM. He's got rowdy energy behind him. There's the missile Michael Hill right behind J-Mac, Jimmy McAllister. Look, they just about touched right there, Sammy.
They were close, yep. He's going.
That's flat track.
Yep. Robbins Racing.
Sammy, who's the toughest guy you had to race against?
I mean, you know.
The Slammer and the Jammer.
Yeah, it's hard to beat the Slammer and the Jammer. Back in the day, we used to go at it.
Week in and week out, everywhere.
Yep, on a Wednesday night in Kansas, wherever.
Y'all had magnets on or something.
That's right. We used to hate each other. It was funny. Like, with a lot of the top guys in the sport, there was like a period in like our relationship with the rider where we were not okay with each other. And
right there, maybe bumped it out of gear, maybe. It looked like he was trying to
that was kind of odd.
Switch it up.
I wasn't sure, but he's on top of the timesheets.
Yep. Yeah, you guys were light blue.
Yep. And like oil and water. Like,
yeah, exactly.
We didn't get along. But, yeah,
stuck, but didn't want to.
Yeah, we get
That's
along
a good way
now.
to put it,
we
right?
get along now, which is cool for everything to come full circle like that.
He lives in Florida. You guys get to ride it all together, or are they too far away from you?
Too far. He did come up to Tallahassee last winter and visit with me and Thunder, but I was laid up on the couch at that time, so I wasn't riding. But
come to check on you, rub it in your face a little bit,
something like that.
So who's better on the back wheel on wheelies on mountain bikes, you or Thunder?
Yeah, unfortunately, still him. I was getting pretty good.
I saw them.
And we're like wheeling down hills, kind of doing manuals through turns, and I was building my confidence, getting better and better, and then I looped out and just shot my confidence. And so,
wow.
Yeah, when the brakes like faded and I pulled it back, the brakes to bring it back down, it did not come down. I ended up on my
your butt.
On my butt.
Ugh.
Not fun.
That's not fun. Yeah, good riding trails though, it looks like over there.
There is actually really good trails in Tallahassee, and you know Florida's flat and all, but in Tallahassee we're basically in Georgia, and so we got some hills up there. We got some clay and some hills, so it's nice.
Track is getting faster here in Production Twins. Rispoli with a 2:0.309 goes to the top spot. That slides Bromley back to second. His teammate Cole Zabala third, 2:0.447. As the singles are already rolling onto the racetrack.
Yeah, it's tricky on a track like this where it gets faster as you go, because then a lot of times the second group actually, which has the riders that are further down in the point standings, they actually can get a better track sometimes, and that's why you'll see maybe the guys from the second group are now top of the timesheet. So
right.
it can be it's hard to make it fair. So sometimes they'll invert the practice groups and stuff like that, but. It'll be interesting. Maybe in the singles class we may have the same thing where the next group pops up a quick time.
Yeah,
but
it seemed like that's how James Ott did it. He was in group number 2 on that 19. Nothing against James, but he had maybe a little better track conditions possibly.
Yeah, man, look how dark that group is.
It looks like fun, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
When you go to racetracks like this, it makes you want to be right back out there, I promise you.
Yeah.
Next drawing for our raffle tickets will be at 5:30, about 4 more winners. Fan Appreciation Day out here at the Volusia Half-Mile. Have you ever looked back and thought about how long you've been racing here?
I was thinking about that yesterday. It's been quite a while. It's probably been, I turned pro in 04, and I was probably here. Actually, I was here in 04, yep.
Was it the Steve Nace All-Star Series back then, or was it somebody else you think?
It was the Hot Shoe National Series back then.
Which kind of ran the night before the American Flat Track and AMA Pro Grand National races, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's funny. I talk about how in qualifying I want to get out there and space yourself out so you get you can have some free tracks so you can try and make up some time. But
right.
These singles riders typically they're just racing right from the get-go. These guys out front, they got a little bit of a nice gap, but then there's a pack of 4 of them just stuck on
freight
each other.
train. Yeah, exactly. It looks like Bruner's actually tracking down Cody Kopp out front. It looks like Cody's maybe trying the middle line, like in between the 2 sets of black rubber. He just took a look over his shoulder as he dropped to the bottom, and Bruner staying on that high line. We're right around him.
Yeah,
and he goes to the top spot. That was a quick lap for Bruner, 2:0.454.
Yeah, Bruner's hooked up right now. It's showing.
Why is there only one Yamaha in this class, Sammy? What are your thoughts?
Like, I still think it comes down to support, and just a lot of guys just, over the years have just run Hondas, but I think it just comes down to support, and and what deal you have with the dealership or the manufacturer. And yeah, it is kind of interesting though, because the Yamaha's a pretty good bike, obviously. So it just takes someone wanting to do it.
It kind of seems like Brunner has the miles figured out for sure. And I don't know if you've ever watched him on a mile. I was watching him at Sacramento. I was also watching him at the Red Mile, and he wasn't even looking where he's going. He's pretty much tucked in so low. He said he was watching fence posts. How do you rely on that, Sammy?
I don't know. I've noticed that for a couple years with these singles riders, how when they're tucked in, it looks like they're just looking down, and I don't understand it. I like to look a little bit where I'm going, but I mean, on the single, it is got to be that much more critical to get out of the wind and get as low as possible. They're looking for any advantage they can get. So if he can get more out of the wind like that and get a little more speed, then hey, power to you.
Right. So Brunner has a 2:0.397 quick time so far. Trent Lowe in second, 2:0.475. Sadoff, the rookie, 2:0.509. That's your top three as Group 2 rolls on to the racetrack. This is our first round of qualifying for tonight's program. 19 is James Ott. The 26 is Aiden Roos Evans. 24, Hunter Bauer. He was up there earlier. 80 is Brandon Kitchen. He was also quick time just a little while ago. 49, Chad Coe. 63, Jared Lowe. The 55, Tyler Radicchio. Those are the bikes onto the racetrack. Group 2 of your AMT singles.
As a rider, the pressure just kind of keeps ratcheting up as you get further along on days like this, where you know the track's getting faster each time out. So you know, like, the track's going to be faster this time, you need to get a good time. But you also know that the next session is going to be your final qualifying session. You have to go out there and perform. And with them only taking 4 riders on the front row, the pressure, it's like a total pressure cooker. You got to go out there and lay down a fast lap in your last qualifying session. You can't miss your setup. You can't get too in your head and overthink it. You just got to go out there and lay it down. So it's a pressure cooker for these riders.
They're starting to go right in between the two sets of lines, the high line and the middle line. And Ott was right there in the middle, but skated up to the top line to come off of turn number 2. So he's still experimenting a little bit with that very low line.
Yeah, it seems like they try and go down lower, but then typically it looks like they're just moving right back up top, which is really cool to see.
So it looks like it's a little bit smoother. There's a good battle back here. Roos Evans goes up the inside of Hunter Bauer. Bauer does a good job keeping it right there on the groove. He'll try to get right back underneath him, get on the throttle early. Nice pass by Roos Evans.
Yep, now let's see what these guys can do. It's like I said, it's always tough when you get racing like that, and you can have one guy slow you up, but I don't know why he just pulled over there, so
just let him go on by.
Yep.
Ott on the 19 is up to 6th quick, and he's got pressure coming. Here comes the 49 of Chad Coast, the winner of the Cedar Lake Speedway short track. Coast is up there to 8, so just because they're out front doesn't mean they're having the fastest laps.
Yeah, you know, and I think on this track, on 450s, there probably is a little bit of drafting that comes in. Like, if you remember a couple years ago when Shana won that race, it seemed like those guys were drafting a lot back then. That was an incredible race. Hopefully, with this group getting wider today, we can see some racing like that tonight in this class.
That'd be awesome. I've talked about it a little bit as the checkered flag comes out here in group number 2. Back straightaway, you never really go straight.
Yeah, it is a unique track with a V-shaped track. You're turning the whole way down the back straightaway. Turn 3 is so round, and then you get into turn 1 and it's sharp. You gotta like really lean it over on the initial entry to turn 1. It's sharp on the initial, and then it kind of rounds it, like opens up from there for the rest of the track.
That was group 2. We got a new guy on top of the box. It's the 80 bike, Brandon Kitchen, 2:0.340 goes to the top spot as group 3 rolls onto the racetrack. Ott is in second. He was both those two were just out there. The 80 and the 19 go to the top 2 spots. Slide Brunner back to 3rd. Trent Lowe is 4th. Chad Coast is 5th. And Chase Sadoff is 6th. This is Group 3. 175 Terrence Santero. 110 is Damon Ream. 119 Logan McGrain. 56 Jordan Jean. 107 is Wyatt Vaughn. 57 Ian Wolf. And 176 is Jacob Walter. Group 3. First round of qualifying for your singles class. Will you keep an eye on this one, Sammy?
I'm not sure. I was talking to Taryn a little bit yesterday, so I actually was talking to him, and I said, nice to meet you. He said, I met you before once. I took your riding school like many years ago in California, wow. So I was like, okay, that's cool.
And now he's 6'2".
Yeah, he was just a little 250 rider back then, having fun, and now he's much taller than me and out here doing it at the pro ranks.
And he's on the First Impressions Honda this weekend. It doesn't look like Justin Jones made the trip down here, so they put the 175 on there.
Yeah, well, Justin tore up his pinky finger, and I think had to maybe get a little surgery on it from the last race. So yeah, he's recovering from that injury.
Gotcha. You know everything.
I mean, I know a little bit about flat track stuff.
Yeah, about turning left.
You know, been going in circles my whole life.
Exactly. Always left. A few rights on some TT courses.
Yep. Turn left and repeat.
How impressive was the crowd and the event up there at Castle Rock this year?
Oh, that was so cool. Like, not only like in my home state with so many people I knew but to have like a packed house like that was really cool. Yeah, nothing like racing in front of a packed house at Castle Rocks. They did a good job with that event, and for me, it was so cool to race in my home state and see so many of the Northwest fans. They turned out.
I've never gone to the track and had to pull into the second entrance because the first entrance was so full, and that's a good problem to have.
Yep, exactly. We'll take that any day.
That's right. 176 right there, Jacob Walter from Amory, Wisconsin. He's got 56 Jordan Jean, who had to use a provisional last night to make it into the main event. Do you like the rule of the provisional, or do you not like it?
I'm fine with it. I feel like it hasn't come into play too much as far as for championship implications lately. It used to be when it first came out, it seemed like it played a big role in the title stuff, but lately it hasn't been a huge factor that we've noticed. I feel like most of the front runners are putting it in the show these days. But it's nice to have, for sure.
I like it simply because you have one chance to qualify for the main event. If you're in this class, say there's 21 bikes, you fall off in turn number 1, you break your clutch lever or something like that, and maybe you can go to the pits and maybe use that provisional. I mean, I like it because you have one chance to qualify for the main event.
Yeah, exactly. Because something could happen with the bike. You could be the quickest guy that day, and then have a bike, chain brake, whatever, and then at least you have a shot to get out there and put on a show for the fans coming from the back, like you'd have to at that point.
Got the truck throwing rap tunes at us. Said Eminem had a song about that. Had one shot, one chance, one opportunity.
Don't mess it up.
That's right. What's Breyer doing? All right, here they come. Super Twins. This is their first round of qualifying. Robinson's been fastest in both rounds of practice. Super Twins rolling onto the racetrack. They'll come out here for their first round qualifying and get a practice start here on the front straightaway. The 1 is Jared Meese, the 95 J.D. Beach. The 3 is Briar Bauman, 32 Dallas Daniels, 44 Brandon Robinson right there on the screen. 20 bike Jared Vandekoy, last night's winner. 37 Bronson Bauman, 67 is Davis Fisher. He was looking pretty strong yesterday. 25 Ben Loud, 92 Brandon Price, 27 is Bugs Pearson, 52 Shayna Texter Bauman, and the 23 that's Jeffrey Carver Jr. on the XR 750.
Yeah, I imagine the pressure's on for a lot of these riders. It's the last race of the year. There's a lot changing for next year, and so a lot of these guys, don't have their rides lined up for next year yet. A lot of things are still in the air, so last race of the year, it's really important for everyone to put in a good showing and remind everyone about their potential and why they should get a ride on the best teams.
Vandekoy is pretty vocal about that. Says, I don't have anything locked down for next year yet. He goes out there and wins last night.
Yeah, sometimes it seems like that fired him up. I was hanging out over in those pits, and I didn't really talk to Vandekoy because he looked like he put his race face on. I was like, all right, bro, let me just give you your space. And it was pretty cool to see put his race face on and was determined to get it done. It's crazy how that works in this sport. It's so mental, just like any other top sport.
What time would you put your race face on, Sammy?
As soon as we showed up.
As soon as you got to the track?
I mean, pretty much. I don't know. Yeah, at least as soon as it was time to put my helmet on, it was race face from then on. But even before, the setup is so critical. You're trying to just get your head in the game.
So just out of the corner of my eye, and I know we're not supposed to talk about what we can't see, but Robinson was just outside turn number 4 and coasted across the racetrack into the infield right now. So Robinson, who was fastest in both rounds of practice, now has a bike issue or something, and he's coasting through the infield right now, headed towards that victory podium on Black Beauty.
Yeah, Black Betty. That's disappointing.
There he is.
Hopefully it's something minor and they get it tuned up. At least this is the first qualifying session, so the next one should be the quicker one, so we should have another shot at it.
Or at least nothing major.
Yeah, it's a long walk back.
That is a long walk back to think about it.
We're getting close to that 19-second bracket.
We sure are. 20.149 by Briar Bauman. He's right here on his screen. And chasing him is the 95 J.D. Beach at 20.200. Meese in third, 20.260. Briar led every lap when we were here in March. A completely different racetrack, though. It was wet, remember?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yep, it was gnarly. Yeah, it was impressive.
They go out with the win?
Yeah, it's so different. I bet these guys all want to go out with the win today. It's nothing. There'll be nothing like winning the last race of the year. That's you got the longest time to celebrate that.
You're the last winner until we come back in March, right?
Yep.
Nah, JD, top spot. JD Beach on the last lap. Changing us up. Yamaha 20.141. JD Beach goes to the top spot on the last lap. Breyer will settle for second, 20.149. Jared Meese, 20.260. Dallas Daniels is fourth as the results come on the big screen down there, the Mobile View big screen. Daniels in fourth. Jeffrey Carver rounds out your top five. It's pretty good for that little XR.
Yeah, that sure is to see that XR in the top five. It's such an iconic bike. I actually still have all four of my Harley XR 750s from when I ran my own race team back in the day. So I may try and sell one of those in the next year or so. We'll see.
So, Sammy, we've got a question coming in from the truck, but how hard is it to compete in American Flat Track for this long season? We started in March. Here we are in October. How hard is it for a rider, just as the rider's point of view for this long season? How hard is that?
It's not easy, especially like you have to be disciplined. At least for me, it was like staying disciplined with your diet and your training for such a long period of time. It takes a lot of focus, especially because there'll be different points in this season where you may be at highs and lows, and times when you maybe you maybe want to get off the program and eat the donuts or whatever. So it's a long time, especially when you have breaks throughout the season. Sometimes we'll have like a month break or something like that, and then that always kind of makes it a little bit challenging. But at the same time, if you're recovering from an injury, then those breaks are exactly what you need to recover from that injury. But yeah, it's a long season.
You mentioned donuts. Was that your biggest weakness, or did you have something else that you could?
No, it wasn't donuts.
Cheat on?
It was more for me, and it still is, man. Chocolate
Really?
and peanut butter. Yeah, maybe some chocolate.
Yeah, do not go in the TV truck because that's all they got down there.
You guys got wine too? Chocolate and wine? That's
I don't
where
know
I'm
about
at.
that. The Royal Enfield Build Train race bikes are out there. The ladies that build their bikes, race their bikes, and maintain their bikes around the racetrack. J.C. Jones on the 33, Jill DeShane the 31, Zaria Martin's the 08, Mia Hyatt's the 81, Alex Bumpus McDonald's on the 2, Stephanie Peets is the 57, the 99 Aaron Ferris, and Anna Banana out there on the 800, Anna Serena with the biggest fan club out there. Nika Scala's on the 27, Hobart's on the 46, Gabby Hughes the 327, Mia Reese the 15, and Mia Hummer, I believe, on the 07. These are the ladies. That's Mariah Hummer. I'm sorry about that, Mariah. Who are you looking at in this one?
I know there's a few of these ladies from Washington State. I think Erin Ferris, I believe she's from Washington. I think she actually went and rode at my family's track in Washington. Did some training out there.
She's actually listed from Graham, Washington.
Oh,
that's
wow.
where you were from.
That's where I'm from too. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then McKenna Hyatt's on the 81. She's from.
Yep. I grew up racing with McKenna's dad a little bit back in the day, and we got a Portland, Oregon girl out there, and I think there's another.
Kayla Hobart.
Yep, she's from Washington too.
Washington, yeah.
Northwest represent.
There you go. Yeah, and these ladies have gotten so much better throughout the season.
Yeah, it's really cool to see. I do remember that when we were first here back in March, and then now where we're at, they're just getting it.
They are getting it on right now. This is their qualifying effort. This will set up their lineup for their main event. Looks like they'll be coming out a little bit later on, too. We have an open paddock area coming up here real soon. Looks like it's scheduled from 6 until 6:50. Sammy Halbert will be over there at the Rookies of 7910, at least for the start. If you want to stop over there and get that Sammy Halbert shirt, Sammy signed it for you.
Yep, that's right. Right at 6 o'clock, we'll be over there.
Royal Enfield's on the racetrack. Jill DeShane at the top spot, 22.481. DeShane out front. Zaria Martin's in second, so the 31, fastest bike on the racetrack. Zaria Martin's up there in second. She's the younger rider from Wisconsin. It's the white flag. Now the checkered flag is out here in qualifying. The Royal Enfield, they'll have one more. Actually, I have the semifinal come up next time they'll come on the racetrack. So how they finish up here in qualifying will set their lineup for their semifinal. They'll be coming up right before our open pit area, the open paddock area from 6 until 6:50. Opening ceremony is right around 7 p.m. here today. And we get into the bulk of the racing action. Sammy, we appreciate you stopping by. I know you got a lot of things to do, but Hold on, we got a picture we're going to show you here in just a second.
Okay.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I was going to let you go early, but you got to stay late after school now.
Oh yeah, check this out.
Oh, there it is. What are you sitting on right there?
So I'm sitting on the iconic Honda RS 750 that Johnny Goad tuned for the legendary Ricky Graham during their '93 championship season, and yeah, Johnny's got this bike looking awesome, and he brought it out to put it on display. So had to take the opportunity to hop on it and listen to Johnny. I rode for Johnny back in the day, and so it was cool to hop on this bike and have him tell me how Ricky did it back in the day.
Yeah, just look at the smile actually on both of your faces. You're smiling big time, but so is Johnny Goad.
Yeah, it's so cool. After riding for Johnny in 2015 and all the stuff we went through back then, to now just be able to hang out with him and talk stories about RG, it's pretty cool. I'm stoked to see him out here.
Awesome. Sammy, thanks for stopping by the booth. I know you got things to do. You'll be at the Rookies of 79 tent from about 6 for a little while doing open paddock. Let people come on by and see you, sign some autographs, and get that new Sammy Halbert shirt.
Yeah, exactly. The Rookies tent is just like on the way out towards the fan walk, so I figured I'd just be out there at the beginning while everyone's cruising out. Stop by and see me, and be happy to see you. Sign some autographs.
Dude, thanks for stopping by the booth, man. That's Sammy Halbert. We'll see him a little bit later on down there at the Rookies of 79 booth. Don't forget, we got a lot of raffles going on. I'm going to pick some raffle ticket numbers right now. If you have this ticket, go to the ticket office to claim your prize. We'll go with the earlier one, 681-6765. We have 681-6834. 681-6734, 681-6763. Also the 445 raffle. The winners are 681-6745 and 681-6815. Claim your prizes at the ticket office. Don't forget to get your 50/50 tickets. There's a lot going on out here tonight. The season finale here at Volusia Speedway Park.
Rainer Martins, and I live at 2190 John Anderson Drive in Ormond Beach. Well, we've always been interested for a long time in solar, and we receive lots of advertisements for doing solar, but we met Bill Gallagher, and he's the one that persuaded us to actually go ahead and get solar installed. Yes, actually, as I recall, we were having an event at Pictona, and two of the SolarFit gentlemen attended that event, and we got talking seriously about installing solar. And we had been thinking about doing that for quite a long time. So this just took the step to have us move forward. Well, it was really, really, really well. The folks that came out to install it told us exactly what was going to be happening, and and they delivered exactly what they said they would do, right on time. It's been excellent. It has been, and I'm really delighted to get my monthly electrical bill now. It's $9.31 after it being $500 and $600. Well, it has, yeah. SolarFit has really helped us almost totally eliminate our electrical bill. SolarFit has really helped us eliminate our electrical bill. It now is $9.31 a month, and it used to run $500 and $600 a month. Well, I think we all have an obligation to try to contribute to making our world safer and green. And so we feel good about the investment that we made in solar energy to help the planet in a very small way for us.
Hey, is that your stomach growling? Or the sound of thousands of cc's circling the track? Fuel up for race day with Mission Foods. Rev those taste buds with fast and easy to create recipes that are Winner's Circle delicious. Try some of our mouth-watering tacos to piled high nachos, fresh chips with guac, and more. Start those engines, because Mission has you covered from the green flag to the checkered flag. Now that's too fast, too tasty.
Sport has been America's motorsports authority since 1934. Get news, results, and commentary from the most connected experts in the business, covering all forms of motorsports from flat track to NASCAR and everything in between. Bookmark speedsport.com on your mobile device now, or follow Speedsport on social, and be sure to subscribe to the Speedsport Daily. Speedsport is your one-stop shop for all things racing on 2 wheels and 4.
Falken Tires is proud to be the official light truck tire of Progressive American Flat Track. Choosing the right tire for your truck or SUV is critical. And Falken has you covered, offering highway terrains to all-terrains through torture-tested mud terrains. For more information on Falken's full line of Wild Peak products, please visit us at www.falkentire.com. Kicker Performance Audio is the official sound system of American Flat Track. Kicker's fully stocked line of products includes speakers, amplifiers, and subwoofers for your car and truck stereo systems, as well as those for your boat, side-by-side, and touring motorcycle. Kicker also makes Bluetooth outdoor speakers, over-ear headphones, and earbuds to pair with your favorite mobile device. To learn more or find a dealer, visit kicker.com.
Rev up those taste buds with Mission Foods, a proud sponsor of AFT Super Twins Racing. Mission Foods has you covered with race day recipes that are too fast, too tasty. So grab your favorite Mission products, sit back, and enjoy America's original extreme sport.
Klotz Synthetic Lubricants is proud to be the official lubricant of American Flat Track. Family owned and made in America since 1959. Klotz has built its reputation by answering the call of racers and performance enthusiasts who won't settle for anything less than superior synthetic lubricants. Racers and performance buffs around the world rely on Klotz to get them to the checkered flag. Order today at klotzlube.com. Tired of replacing your battery every year? It's time to buy the world's best lithium battery, the Pulse IPT, with up to 1,200 cranking amps and unmatched reliability. There's no better battery for your bike. Visit Full Spectrum Power in the paddock today, or on Instagram, Facebook, and the web. Start something. Power everything.
SolarFit, America's solar team, is a proud sponsor of American Flat Track Racing. Get your complimentary solar analysis today at AmericanFlatTrack.com/SolarFit and let the sun power your home or business for free.
KTM, ready to race.
Al Lamb's Dallas Honda is proud to sponsor the Al Lamb's Dallas Honda Singles Challenge. It's a winner-take-all $2,500 dash for cash. Enjoy the fastest and richest 4 laps in AFT singles racing. Al Lamb's Dallas Honda, dallashonda.com.
Hey everybody, it's Randy Dye here from Daytona Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram. We are now a Dodge Power Broker. Our direct connection gives you the keys to performance parts straight from the factory. Unlock your Dodge muscle car's full performance potential or build your dream race car from the ground up. Daytona Dodge Chrysler Jeep and Ram, your exclusive Dodge Power Broker dealer.
Right now, well-qualified buyers enjoy 2.9% financing on the new 2022 Dodge Challenger.
DeLand Motorsports, Florida's #1 Suzuki dealer, wants you to know
It's time to get out of the house and take a ride.
DeLand Motorsports has a huge selection of Suzuki motorcycles, ATVs, and scooters, so you can find your perfect match. Our finance manager has flexible motorsports financing. And when you buy from us, you get free local pickup and delivery anytime you need service.
Come see the DeLand difference at DeLand Motorsports,
Where we treat our customers like family.
And welcome back to the Progressive American Flat Track Mission Volusia Half-Mile, sponsored by Daytona Dodge, right here in sunny Florida. Beautiful day for some flat track motorcycle racing. It's the season finale, wrapping up the 2022 season. There's the Gator Pond back outside turn number 2. The Gator was spotted earlier. I saw some pictures.
He's out there.
He is. Ronnie Jones posted some pictures from yesterday, but the Gator is out there. He's pretty big. One more round of qualifying before we get into our open paddock area. The open pit area is scheduled from 6 until 6:50. Opening ceremonies around 7 p.m. And at 7:30, the racing action will kick off here tonight for the season finale. 3 classes for American Flat Track, plus the Royal Enfield Build, Train, Race program. The next time the Royal Enfields will be out will be their semifinal to get them qualified for the main event. And don't forget, Hurricane Ian came through here not that long ago. Did a lot of damage around here, but based on the nearby Daytona Beach Progressive American Flat Track, we're based right down the road here. American Flat Track is dedicated to giving back to and supporting its local community for Hurricane Ian relief efforts. Progressive American Flat Track is working in conjunction with Jeep Beach for proper distribution of the donations, with the guidance and input from the city and county officials in order to be both effective and intentional. All proceeds will be making direct impacts to those in dire need. $1 from every ticket sold for this weekend will go to Hurricane Ian relief efforts. Every lap counts. $5 will be donated for every lap completed in practice, qualifying, semis, and main events across the entire weekend, as determined by the race leader in each session. Also, continued encouragement and series partners donations. We are currently in excess of $8,000. There's also a 50-50 raffle ticket going on. Get your ticket. They're walking around here and also back there in the marketplace. And there are also donation boxes located in the ticketing, marketplace, and in the paddock area to help with all of the damage that went through here in Central Florida. And I think it's great that people are giving back.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And there's some parts of the state of Florida that were absolutely decimated. Anything you can do, if you can do it, is greatly appreciated.
There's still parts of Florida that are underwater, Ralph.
Oh, 100%, and will be for a while.
Yep. Here's a lap around from the drone as the sun starts to set here outside turns 3 and 4. Last night, we're right on the bottom of the racetrack. It was a little bit rough. They decided to come out here with an extra round of practice, and there was actually 2 distinctive lines, and now it looks like they're kind of just widening it all the way out into one line. So, again, this is a lap around. Look at this turn off turn number 4 coming back onto the front straightaway.
Take you right up to the wall.
Yeah, you try to stay out there. There's Steve Moorhead. Looks like he's out there talking possibly with Steve Beatty over there and looking at the inside of the track. And when I got here first thing yesterday morning, it looked like all the sand had washed all the way down to the infield, so it left a hard clay surface. You can see there are some bumps out here. It's far from being a flat track.
Yeah. Scotty, this just in, I know it's important news for you. Oklahoma has won today.
Ooh, good. Our coach has a job for one more week.
You can breathe a little bit of sigh of relief. Scotty, for those of you that don't know, is a huge Oklahoma Sooners fan, and he has not had much to cheer about this year.
It's been a rough year.
52-42 over Kansas, so I don't know if you bet the
basketball team played with us?
Yeah.
Kansas Jayhawks?
Yep. But you're a winner.
We got lucky. Up next, second round of qualifying for all of our classes here today. It'll be the first actual semifinal of the day for the Royal Enfield ladies.
Great chat with Corey Texter a little bit ago. I said, what were you thinking about when you woke up this morning? And he kind of laughed, and he says, yeah, he goes, it was kind of a different morning. He said, coming down here, he goes, I usually run very well here. I was really thinking this could be my weekend.
Right.
He said, and then yesterday, as much as I thought when I come off the track I was doing okay, and I'd look at the timesheets, and I wasn't. He said, so it just didn't end well last night. So I woke up this morning kind of feeling a little bummed that you know, the whole thing is pretty much out of reach as far as beating Jesse for the title.
Right.
However, he feels incredibly strong, as he should, about everything he's accomplished in his career. And we were talking about that a little bit. And, you know, Scotty, he was telling me his two guys that work on his bike have not been home since the Red Mile.
Wow.
They have spent since May living in hotel rooms in the van. He said the only time they went back was after Sacramento, where he had engine issues. They just went back, got another engine, and came right back out on the road.
Isn't that crazy?
That's the kind of dedication
it's
it
a father and
takes
son team.
Yep. And
G&G Racing.
That's the kind of dedication it takes on this tour to be competitive at that level.
And battling for a championship. It's impressive. Last round of qualifying, the time to beat is Rispoli at 2:0.309. There's a look at Billy the Kid. Billy the Ross had a few good, solid runs this year. Had some mechanical issues to start off the season. He's been looking really sharp on this Harley-Davidson.
You know, the other thing he was talking about, too, that was interesting was how success for him came so late in his career. You know, he said he was 30 before things really started to turn, and that's when a lot of riders are starting to think,
about leaving.
Maybe I should be out of here.
Right. He stuck to it. You know, stuck to his guns. He was up in the Premier class for a few years, got a third-place finish as Bromley slips off the groove. But he got a third-place finish at the Phoenix Mile, and that was probably the highlight in the Premier class. But then he comes down here, gets hooked up with the G&G team, wins 2 championships. He's battling for his 3rd championship here this season. He's been doing it a long time. He's a 3rd-generation racer. His grandfather raced race cars, sprint cars, in the Sprint Car Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And he's just in the recent Speed Sport magazine.
Yeah.
Glenn Fitzgerald. I saw that. Are you impressed I read your magazine? Or
I'm glad you read the magazine. That's one.
Okay, that's one. That's one time I read one, or
that's one person that read one.
Whatever.
We'll take however many we can get.
Yeah, they said the 60 bike of Nick Armstrong did not make it out for this qualifying session. And you can see they're kind of battling the sun a little bit going into 3. And Dan Bromley's off the pace in this one just a little. His last lap was a 2:1.296. The checkered flag is already out.
And one of the things that's going to be even maybe more challenging than the sun is the shadows in 3 and 4.
Yes.
Because you won't see where those chunks of racetrack are missing or where things are changing in the surface.
It is breaking apart a little bit. Again, Mother Nature put a lot of moisture on this racetrack earlier, you know, the past few weeks with the hurricane and stuff, and it's breaking apart a little bit, but they're doing a great job trying to keep up with it. Second group, Mission Production Twins, sponsored by Vance and Hines. It looks like out front, Michael Hill wants to lead this one. He's on the McGrain Racing Kawasaki. He's got Scott Power Sports on the sticker on the side of the gas tank.
Had some mechanical issues, it looked like, last night.
Yep. There he is, the missile. Pacific Northwest rider. 47 currently down there in the 16th spot out of the 20 bikes. So I was told that was his nickname earlier in the year.
Missile?
Said, well, I'm not sure where it came from, but after he did good, May to main event, he looked pretty good. I was like, all right, I'll call you the Missile.
Do you have a
process?
Yeah.
Well,
guy can't just come up and tell you, hey, my name is Slim.
Right, Slim Shady or whatever. No, I don't like. You can't give your own stuff your nickname. I don't like that. I like.
Is it up to the announcer to do that?
Not necessarily. It could be up to, like Bugs Pearson. They said when he was a little kid, his parents and his grandparents just started calling him Bugs. So that was a family-given nickname.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of those.
43 off the pace right here on the front straightaway. That's Rispoli. Maybe he's just trying to get some space in front of the rider. So he reaches over with his left hand to touch something on his right hand. He's having an issue right now.
Yeah. He was telling me he's really struggling with front end handling on that bike.
And that's what happened last night. He hit that little bump and it put all the weight up on the front end. And he just lost control and went down.
And he was telling me the biggest reason why he's having the problems with the front is because he's got too much traction in the rear.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So his quickest time in this session. Overall, he's got the quickest time as well. But this session's a 2:0.517. So maybe the track started to slow down just a little bit.
And the challenge for the team is that he's their one test rider, right? So they can only progress so fast because they've only got one guy that can try a new
setup.
And basically, I haven't even heard them out testing much after they got the season going, and he's only been in about 6 races with us this year. So
pretty much you're testing while you're racing.
For 6 races under his belt, I think it's impressive what he's doing. He still has the top spot
Very
here
much so.
in this second round, and the overall time. The overall best time is a 2:0.309. That is group number 2. So Rispoli will be your fast qualifier in Production Twins.
But he is excited about progress of the team and where they're headed, and everybody's working so hard in the future for that KTM program for Wally Brown.
And I think we might see a few more KTMs next year.
I hope so.
I've heard of a few teams have bought several KTMs. They've got them sitting on the shop floor waiting to see what the rule packages are going to do for next year. And I was incorrect a minute ago. I said there were 16 Production Twins. There's actually 20, so 4 of those riders won't make the main event here tonight. Singles rolling onto the racetrack for their final round of qualifying. And the fast time to beat is Brandon Kitchen, 2:0.340. And that's a fast lap, Ralph. If you think about it, they're running about 10 feet higher up the racetrack than they were last night, but it's a little bit smoother.
Singles have been as fast as you can get out here all weekend.
Correct. 3 groups of singles. There are, I believe, 21 riders. You think Pop can get in with another win?
Yes.
8 in one season.
Yep. And I think if he kept going, he'd keep winning.
So he doesn't want the season to come to an end. He doesn't want to break until we come back.
He's one of those few guys out there this year that don't want to see New Year's Eve.
Yep. Now he lets Bruner get on by him. Now he'll set his sights on Bruner, try to follow Bruner, seeing that he's doing different than Cody is.
And you know, Scotty, you can have a championship year and you can have great success and all that, but then there's other years when not only do you win the championship, but it's just magical. You almost can't do anything wrong. And that's the kind of year Kopp has had.
I agree. A little bit of a couple races off, like near the end of the season, but again, could have been just being conservative. But I'm sure he would never, ever, it wouldn't matter to him. I think this is the best season he's had for sure, even as an amateur, you know.
I won't be surprised if Cody Kopp wins a handful of championships during his career, whatever category he races in. But I think he's always going to look back at 2022 and go, that one was special.
Breakout year.
That was special.
He raced with us last year, didn't win one single race.
And he might win more next year.
Correct.
You don't know, but I still think this year is a magical one for him.
Yep. Your first championship's got to be your favorite, right?
Yeah.
You'll remember that one for the longest.
So he's bookended by a couple of the Turner Racing Honda riders here. I was down talking with Michael Turner earlier, and I said, everything going to look the same next year? And he said, well, there might be a couple of changes. You never know. Might be a change or two on the sponsor side, but pretty much the majority of it's going to look the same organizational-wise. Obviously, they're going to be back on the Hondas. He's fully committed to the program. And he said even if there's a couple sponsor changes, he's already got people very interested in this program. So good to see that one of the strongest teams in the paddock is coming back guns blazing next year.
We're watching Morgan Mishler and Dalton Gauthier. While that's going on, their teammate, the youngster, the rookie, Chase Sadoff, goes to the top spot here in this round. The 106 is the fastest bike on the track with a 2:0.361 as they come to the white flag. Before the season started, I predicted that each one of the Turner Hondas was going to win a race. Well, Sadoff is the only one that hasn't done that yet, as we take a look at him right here on the 106.
But he almost won here back in March.
And he should have won if we would have raced the Black Hills main event.
Yes.
He won the challenge race there. He was on his way to his first victory, and he's been up there almost every round.
Is that who you're going for a ride with today?
I didn't make any predictions. I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't even make it through the pit area today. So
it's early yet. You can still get that done.
I'll leave my streak at 2 for 2.
48 owes you one, doesn't he?
Man, he definitely does. The sleeper. He needs to get up there and win his first one.
Come on.
All right, that was group number 1. So far, group number 2 has been a little bit faster than group number 1 throughout the day, through first round of practice, through first round of qualifying. And here comes group 2. It's James Ott on the 19. 26 is Roos Evans. 24 is Hunter Bauer. 80 is Brandon Kitchen.
You know what really would have been thoughtful, though?
What's that?
You hooked your brother up over here.
You want to go for a victory lap? That's a long run.
Well, what are you saying?
I'm just saying.
How
I'm just
about
saying.
that, Tree?
If you want to take off,
Tree was on that as quick as I was.
You
What are
can
you
start
saying?
running right now, Ralph, if you want to try it.
Oh man, that's downright offended right there.
Oh no.
Yeah, Squatch was even offended.
Brad Jones offended too. I'm just saying it's a long ways.
Jeez.
You want to pick one?
Sounds like something Emick would have said. I would have expected that out of him. You, I thought, was a friend.
Yeah, well, it's the end of the first year. I mean, we can feel a little froggy.
Yeah, I guess.
Jeez.
Okay.
All right. You want to pick somebody?
No, thank you. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I'm
see,
just
now he backs it down. See, when I told him how long the run was, I told him how far the run was, he backed out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to, do my thing.
Kitchen up there, still at the top spot. Fastest in this session now with a 2:0.422. That's the Vance and Hines Husqvarna. They're going off into turn number 3 on the number 80 bike. Here he comes back this way. Brandon Kitchen, the BK Broiler. James Ott still in second, 2:0.416 in this second round. But overall, it's Kitchen fastest in the first round. Sadov still fastest here in this second round. He was in that first group. I'll pick your rider for you if you want to do that.
No, we're good. We're good. Hole's been dug.
Okay. Shovel put away.
Yeah, woo.
Yeah.
Chilly in this room all of a sudden.
Because he didn't invite us to lunch.
Oh, dude, do I need to show you the text?
No, I got the text message. I'm giving you a hard time. Can anybody beat Sadov? He's at a 2:0.361 here in this second round. Coast, the 49 bike, is on the racetrack. He's the fastest one on the racetrack now at the moment. 2:0.386 is, we're keeping an eye on Kitchen. He's the fastest overall, as a checkered flag is already being displayed here on the front straightaway from Big P, the flagman, official starter and flagman here at American Flat Track. So fastest so far in this second round, still Sadov on the 106 with one more group to go here in this second round of qualifying for your Parts Unlimited AFT Singles, sponsored by Kicker Performance Audio. There goes Kitchen, Trent Lowe, and the gang going back to the pit area, which will bring out group number 3. 175, Terran Santero. 110 is Damon Ream. 119, Logan McGrain. 56 is Jordan Jean. 107, Wyatt Vaughn. 57, Ian Wolf. And the 175, Jacob Walter. Here comes the final group. Final chance to qualify here for your singles class. There are 21 riders. It's a good battle for second place in the point standings of your singles class. Going to go on down to the wire. Don't have the updated points here in front of us, but they're still racing for point standings. Bruder trying to get that second spot blocked up here tonight. There's Damon Ream and the 119 Logan McGrain, 2 Pennsylvania riders. McGrain goes up the inside, made the main event last night in the 119. Now he's right on the inside shoulder of Damon Ream. Damon's not giving him any room. Now McGrain gets by on the 119. Jordan Jean trying to do the same thing. Jean had to use the provisional start last night. The 56 starts the tail of the field. And Jean gets by Damon Ream. Damon's struggling a little bit out there. The singles class has Cody Kopp with 298 points. Then we got a tight battle for second. Trevor Bruner's got 237. Morgan Mishler 233 and Dalton Gauthier 230. So the second, third, and fourth are really close here in your AFT singles point standings. There's Terran Santero out in front. The 175. It's time for another raffle drawing 2 to get a break in the action. Fan Appreciation Day out here at the Volusia Half-Mile. Sadov still at the top spot here in this second round, 2:0.361. Bruner's in second, 2:0.367. So 6 1,000ths of a second between first and second here in this second round. 175, Terran Santero's led every lap of this one. He's 15th in this second round. Looks like Kitchen will hang on to the top spot, but 106 was fastest in this round with a 2:0.361. So unofficially, the 80 bike of Brandon Kitchen will be your quick time here in the AMT singles class. Combined time will be a 2:0.340. You take the best lap from first round or second round. Ott will settle in there for second. Chase Sadoff will be third. Trevor Bruner's fourth. Chad Coast, Morgan Mishler, Dalton Gauthier, Bruce Evans, and so on. And here comes the Super Twins coming out quick. You see that? JD Beach just jumped onto the racetrack.
Hammered it.
He wants to break away from everybody else, I guess.
Yeah, JD's pretty focused up and ready to go today. Talked with him for a little bit. Dallas Daniels is feeling okay after his crash yesterday. He said he's 100% ready to go. He's right there behind JD.
We got our first race of the night coming up right after this one. The Royal Enfield Build Train Race semifinals up after this group. Yeah, I think he's just more disappointed than hurt for sure.
Oh, very much so.
We got a nice wide racing groove. Still looks like the little bit higher line is still the faster way around. Maybe trying to go around some of those bumps out there, Ralph.
That's one of the things JD was looking for. He told me, he said this bike needs a little bit wider entry into the corner, and if he could get that, he would feel like he'd have a bigger shot at it. So it looks like that's what he's got.
With the wider entry, you can carry more corner speed, more momentum through the corners, and then it's not as hard to get back on the throttle.
Yep.
He's chasing the 27. Chasing the 27 of Bugs Pearson out there. He showed up in the pickup with a single trailer, with a single motorcycle to race out here tonight.
That's the way to do it.
Yep, old school.
Love the whole open trailer racer thing, right?
Yeah, that's
love to see that going down the highway.
Yeah. Well, then you know what you're looking at. You know who's racing. You know who it is.
It's a great marketing tool, I think, for racing in general, you know.
Hey, Ralph.
Get kids excited, you know.
Ralph, we've got our first bike in the 19-second bracket. It is Briar Bauman on the 3:19.959. Fastest lap of the weekend.
Wow.
How about that?
Laying it down when he needs to. Briar can get it done tonight. He's going to need some help. The first step is to get the win, and running a 19-second lap like that is a good start. Give himself a lot of confidence.
Briar's one of the few guys out there running a thumb brake. You know, they can only have rear brakes out here on half miles and short tracks and miles, but he's got a rear thumb brake to help with wheel spin. Interesting. I don't know that I've ever ridden with something like that before. Briar's feeling pretty good.
Do you know who's feeling better?
No.
Me's. The guy over there on the one bike.
Yeah.
Mr. Calm, Cool, and Collected on his side of the paddock area.
He's fourth right now in this round.
Yeah, but he's just, as you would expect with a guy with that many championships would feel.
Yes. With the big lead
with
coming
a big
into the
lead
final
going
race.
into the night, he's just, you know.
Yep. I agree.
Relaxed.
Up next will be the first official race of the evening. It'll be a Royal Enfield Build Train Race semifinal. This will put the starting lineup for their main event. We have 12 riders out there in the Royal Enfield class. They'll be coming up next. It'll be 5 laps. And they're getting ready to pull onto the racetrack. They are scheduled to come up next. It looks like they're already staged up and ready to go. Here's JC Jones, the 33. She's been the hottest rider on the circuit.
Man, has she.
But she is starting back in the 3rd spot, so she was out-qualified here today. The 31, Jill DeShane, will be on the pole. She's from Rogers, Minnesota. 08, Zaria Martin. She's from Germantown, Wisconsin. The 33, JC Jones from Fallbrook, California. 57, Stephanie Peets from Mesa, Arizona. The 81, McKenna Hyatt. Cedro Woolley, Washington. The 2 is Alex Bumpus McDonald from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. 909, Aaron Ferris from Puyallup, Washington. 27, Neen Cascala from Portland, Oregon. 46 is Kayla Hobart from Bremerton, Washington. 800, Anna the Banana. She's got a big fan club up there. She's from Miami, Florida. Anna Serena on the 800. The 15 is Mia Reese from Woodstock, Illinois. And the 327 is Gabby Hughes, and she's from St. Louisville, Ohio. I did mess up one of those hometowns. You said, what is it, Puyallup?
Puyallup, Washington.
There's a racetrack there, too. There's an indoor there.
And Cedro Woolley. Some great racers from up in that part of the country.
So
Washington State.
A lot of good racers come from up there.
Yeah.
Two wheels and four.
Looks like they're getting one lap to check out the racetrack. Again, the open paddock area is scheduled from 6 until 6:50. So right after this race, you can go down to the pit area and meet your favorite rider, get an autograph, stop by the marketplace if you can. Get yourself something to get autographed. We'll see if Jill DeShane can stop the streak of the 33. J.C. Jones, she's won about 5 of them in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she's been riding really good.
7 rounds. Let's see, Jill won the first one right here. J.C. took over 2, 3, 4. She's won 5 of them in a row.
There's Anna's crew. I talked to her dad earlier today, Frank.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of them here in the grandstands. They're all family, friends, her sister's here, relatives, and a lot of friends. They all traveled in from all over the southeast, from Georgia and Tennessee and parts of Florida and all over to come and surprise her and cheer for her here. And she's pretty fired up about it. There she is on that 800.
And a
really
banana.
Cool. Right, here we go, getting ready to go racing.
Listen, the RPM's coming up. Here we go. It's a long light. Man, it's taking forever. There we go. Finally turning green. J.C. Jones had the whole shot, and here comes the 31 up the inside. Jill DeShane taking the shorter way, but J.C. Jones will lead him off of turn number 2.
Yeah. Down the back straightaway. Stephanie Peach slots back into 4th on her 57. Looked like she had a really good start, but then all of a sudden slipped back a little bit. Not sure what happened there. And they come up onto the front straightaway. And you know, one of the challenges, Scotty, for these ladies here in Bill Train Race, talking to some of them earlier today too, is that they don't have the opportunity to do a lot of testing the way some of the men do in the other categories. So for them, race weekend is a test weekend as well.
Right, because some of them don't even get to see their bikes until they come out here to the AT races. They travel in the big semis, so some of them are close enough to Wisconsin they get to ride them and maybe work on. Some of them transport their own bikes, but most of them get transported in the semis. So
they don't
right
see
here
it until they get here.
Exactly, and so you gotta, when you get here, you start. They were working on them all day yesterday.
Yeah, and they only get like 5 laps of practice, right?
Yep.
And then the semi and the main event.
5-lap semifinal, but it's cool. At the end of the year, they get to keep their bikes.
Oh, it's a great program, but a lot of them are saying they're looking forward to the off season because of what you just said. They get to get a hold of that bike and they can actually go do some riding, put some laps in, because as you know, literally every time you make a lap, you learn something.
Absolutely. The 33, J.C. Jones has the lead. She's getting company. Here comes Jill DeShane on the 31 as the white flag is out. And here comes Zaria Martins also on the 08 bike. So this one's not over yet.
No, and the other thing they were talking about is how everybody in this category has really stepped up their game. So just when you think, okay, this weekend I'm going to maybe, you know, improve a 10th or 2, the others have improved 2 or 3 tenths, and it just makes it challenging, right?
Well,
here comes JC to the checkered flag. She's got another one here in this semi.
Makes them push each other even harder.
Absolutely.
Stephanie Pete's up there across the line in 4th. Mia Hyatt on the 81 will end up there in the, I'm sorry, that's McKenna Hyatt. I messed that one up again. She got 5th. McKenna goes to 5th. Alex Bumpus McDonald 6th. Kayla Hobart, Aaron Ferris, Anna Serena back there in 9th. The Anna's Bananas are up there. Make some noise for Anna. There you go. Brought the whole family.
Oh, yeah. And there's cousins and sisters and friends and all kinds of people down there.
There they are, the Bananas. That's what it's all about right there.
Having some fun, yeah.
And it ended up in the 9th spot. Neen Cascala is 10th. Gabby Hughes is 11th. Mia Reese is 12th. And Mariah Hummer did not make the start of that one, so 12 bikes did make the start. And that is it for the first portion of the show. We have an open paddock scheduled from 6 until 6:50. Stop by the rookie class of 79. Sammy Halpert's over there signing autographs. All the rest of the riders are down there in the pit area signing autographs as well. So stop by the marketplace over here behind the grandstands. That's where Ralph and I were at earlier today, meeting you folks as you came in the door. Stop by and see what's going on. We also have some raffle tickets going on. We haven't mentioned the 5:30 raffle tickets just yet. So if you have your raffle tickets, here we go. 681-6882, 681-16831, 681-6963, 681-6979. Those are your 5:30 raffle tickets, and you can pick up your prizes at the ticketing office. So congratulations if that is you. Pick up your prizes over there at the ticket office. The 5:30 ticket winners are 4 Torch speakers, it looks like. I didn't know Torch had speakers, but Torch has sunglasses. They got kicker speakers, all kinds of cool stuff. I'm not sure exactly what you won. Stop by that ticketing office and grab your prize. Opening ceremony is at 7 p.m. here today, right around 7. Our first race will fire off the line at 7:30 p.m., and we're deciding 2 championships tonight. It's going to be a good one. I think we lost the tree. All right, so I believe we're going to step off of here. Not just yet. There's the tree. Finally came back into the booth. A lot going on. That's it right there.
Boy, if only I could run fast enough and far enough.
It's a long ways, Ralph. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
I don't know if I was more excited. There we go. Look at that. I don't know if I was more excited than Jared.
For somebody who's given me a lot of grief, all I can say is when you get back here, you're not exactly worth a whole lot when you do.
I didn't know I was worth a whole lot when I got here.
Well, I wasn't going to go that far, but, you know, I was starting to think I had to have an oxygen tank waiting for you.
Also, don't forget the fan photo winners. You can come down to the podium for a photo from 6 until 6:30. You must have your voucher. There were 10 vouchers handed out. So if you're a fan photo winner, you go on down to that victory podium from 6 until 6:30. They'll meet you down there. Also, a little bit later on, there's going to be a taco eating contest at the Mission Hospitality Tent. They're going to try to get 5 fans for that. That's at 6:05. At 6:45, we'll do a raffle ticket winner for an Insta360 camera. So a lot of stuff still going on right here today. Open paddock going on from 6 until 6:50. Opening ceremonies right after that at about 7:10 or so. And then our first semifinal will fire off the line at 7:30. So a lot going on out here. Championship weekend, the season finale for Progressive American Flat Track. All right, as we go to break right now for the open paddock area, we're going to show you some highlights from last night, some onboard footage. Special thanks to our friends with Insta360. Here we go. We'll see you in a little bit. And don't forget to switch on over to fanschoice.tv for the remainder of the night. The free stuff's all done. We'll see you on Fans Choice a little after 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.